Attention and welcome to the Unremarkables. Hello, and welcome back. Welcome for the first time. If you are here for the first time, we are gonna be. I'm so excited to have you here. Whether or not this is your first time joining us or not, this is our Mask the Next Generation game, and we will be having lots of fun. We got lots to catch you up on, but first, I am Robbie Rolling. I'll be the GM, but that doesn't matter because we've got three incredible, lovely people to play our game, and this will be a nice, friendly reminder that the dice roller exists. So while all the players pull that up, I'm going to roll randomly to see who we're going to hear hi from first. All right, so first up, we could hear all about your lovely self and your lovely character, the wonderful Drop the Die.
Hey everybody, I'm JB, better known as Drop the Die on the interwebs. I am playing a technologically bodied, transformed teenager that has had their bodily autonomy stripped away and replaced by powers. And my name is Armored Nuclear Gigaflop.
Incredible. And my question for today is, let's do some speculative fiction real quick. What do you think is in the like little sanctum beneath the hideout of the Lilac family? That little place that Fantasia almost broke into and got like thrown against the wall. What do you think is in there, JB?
Probably an armory, I'm imagining, because all of the powers seem to manifest as some type of armament or armor. So I'm imagining that that power stems from something. And the thing that I would imagine it stems from is like an Excalibur sort of situation, something down there that gives the Lilacs their power.
Incredible. All right, great. Well, next up, we will hear from our largest size bees on any program here on Roll for Chaos, Big Bees.
Now with 30% more bees.
Wow.
Hello, everyone. I am a Big Bees. I will be playing our starting to become less anxious, kind of almost possibly at some point, maybe believing in himself, Nova, Ethan, also known as Seismic. Um, yeah, I completely blanked on everything else I was going to say. So fantastic.
Great. So what do you
Yeah.
think, Bees, is in the little
Oh, I already
sink?
know. That's
Okay.
that's easy. It is
Mhm.
the only working ice cream machine from McDonald's in existence.
The
That's
most
hands down.
sacred, holy
Yep.
relic. Yeah.
That's the source of their power. So
Got you.
yeah,
So what I'm
that's it.
hearing is that the McDonald's Oreo McFlurry is the source of the Lilac family legacy,
Mm-hmm.
huh? Okay, great.
That's it.
Incredible. Good to know. See, you know what? I do have an answer in the back of my head, but like, maybe I might just
I
have to,
had an
let me
answer,
just, let
but
me just
now it's going
erase
to be
some notes
this.
real quick. Just erase some notes. Incredible. And last, but certainly not least, so good to have you back. The wonderful Dare to Dream.
Hi, I've returned back from the void, and I'm doing great. Um, for my pronouns, she, they, they. I've forgotten how to like be a person, I guess. Leah's the lovely legionnaire that I am playing. A legacy, of course. So many L's. She doesn't take a single one though. Her pronouns are she, her.
Ooh,
Uh, Now what's under the sanctuary? That is in fact redacted. So I would like you
ooh.
to politely not worry about that. It's fine. Nothing suspicious here.
All right. Good to know. I'm sorry I asked. I feel like I
You
stepped
should
out of
be.
bounds. Yeah, and
We
that
have lawyers.
yeah,
You'll
I'm
be
sorry.
hearing from them.
The
All
real
right, tune
superpower.
in now. Clip it now. It's a McFlurry maker.
The real superpower, legal representation. Incredible. So, last we left off. So last episode, we had a first half that was purely good vibes. We had going to a like I'm from the Chicago area, so like a Navy Pier like arcade on the beach. Like we had fair rides and carnival games and arcade machines. And after that, a superpower enabled game of volleyball versus Stone Lady and Bomberang, which they actually handily beat those two adult supers. Uh, After that, we had a lot of sleuthing and fact finding over at the founders' facility where the Lilac family typically works. The founders, as a reminder, the founders of Sanctum City, the one place on this version of Earth where supers are able to just kind of exist and not be harassed, arrested, etc. Uh, while investigating around, the group found out a flurry of different information. First of all, connecting that Echo, the group from outside the city, which has been trying to degrade Super's status and existence in the world since almost day one, it seems, has been targeting a specific kind of classification of people that the founders have, which are people like Cyclops from X-Men that just need that use equipment or need equipment or some combination of the two to control or utilize their powers, right? So Kinesis needed some special gear because they could only apply maximum force without it. So they could, they couldn't just open a door, they would smash it open. So it seems that Echo has been finding those members of super society who have those particular weaknesses, and they've been using that to blackmail them. They connected Kinesis to Devin Doolitch's family, the IT kid whose computer was used to hack a robot into the school at the very beginning of the campaign, all the way back. They also connected. That's right. Wow. How could I forget about that? They also connected a now uh, reclusive scientist who had been working on ideas about limiting or changing powers, who happened to be one Ethan Edwards' father, Edmund Edwards, who had something to do with the same research, same kind of field of research that our wonderful favorite Mr. Hyde had been working on, but in a slightly who went from it less in the tech side and more looking at like genetics and like any trying to find links between any change in the human genome and superpowers and stuff like that. Uh, they then spoke to one of these strange agents, these agents being people who work for the founders exclusively, not having any ties to society other than working for the founders, and found them to be kind of robotic, strange individual through a mental and maybe technological connection between this agent and our wonderful armored nuclear gigaflop. Kind of found out that these entities seem to be basically hive minds of smaller, like almost think of it as like a bunch of nanomachines making a big walking machine, but organic in nature, seemingly. Uh, Creating a larger consciousness, which all seem to be connected to each other. So seems that these agents are like tiny micro machines making a larger piece that are also connected to each other, but because of it being trapped within the facility, was cut off from the rest. And it seemed very interested in quarantining. It said that the reason it had captured all those supers was for quarantine, that there was some kind of substance, some infectant, which required being separated and destroyed. Talked about like a phase 2 contaminant, and it potentially infecting large numbers of people, contaminating, seemingly completely unconcerned with the who and what, just single-mindedly devoted to quarantining and the other parts of this interconnected agent group doing other like searching and restraining, to try and keep some kind of substance or effect from propagating within the city and world. And there was a brief moment when the agent and armored nuclear gravity flap were interfacing, where they reconnected the agent to the broader system, and just for a brief moment, we had a flash of the two other agents appear in the room right next to the party, and then immediately go dormant as the connection was cut off. So that is a somewhat short, not quite too long, didn't read, more like too long, still decent paragraph read. But that is the long and short of what we did last time. But we're not going to start in the founder's facility because while all of that was happening, Leah was pulled aside by her father, saying that there was going to be a bit of a family meeting and that some things needed to be talked about. So we are going to start there. So Leah, you are brought back to the Lilac Manor. Your father is there looking like stiff, like someone who just had like a workout they were not ready for, but overall okay. And then your mother, who is like putting up a brave face, but she looks like she got like kind of like she looks like she was still beat up pretty good. Like she probably couldn't hop into a fight right now that effectively, but she's okay otherwise.
It, so they're both looking okay.
Well, this is the most beat up you've seen either of them, to be
Okay,
fair.
okay, that's not great then.
Yeah, but they're not like hanging on an edge, right?
Okay. How are you guys doing?
Well, kiddo, it's been a rough couple days. I'm not gonna lie to you, of course, but your mother and I, we've been through a lot, and we can. I mean, we can get through this and be okay.
Okay. Are you guys also having the issue with like armor and powers and stuff too?
Yeah, that's kind of part of why we wanted to talk. Uh, so you remember when I talked about, kind of being able to take up the mantle and being the next kind of step in the legacy.
Yep,
Um, that's not. I mean, it is figurative, but it's also very literal.
I know.
Okay. Um, so it doesn't really come up a lot, but the legacy has hit. I mean, we're fourth generation at this point of of the Lilac line, right? And it's changed a lot, from the way my mother talked about it. It was a lot more. It was a lot different when it kind of first came about, when there was also a lot less people beneath kind of the umbrella of the legacy. um it was like, I mean, it's always manifested as kind of equipment and weaponry and armor and but it was something that was almost like you could infuse into people and objects in a way. And obviously now it's more kind of comes out of the legacy members, right? um and so the one way we've been able kind of to put it is that each generation there's, a person who, I mean, we call them the exemplar, right? They are the kind of head of the legacy. They shape what it becomes, right? And well, that's you.
Oh, so I'm the example.
Exemplar is what we call it, but yeah, in a way, an example is a way to put it. Um, it's from the way I've always understood it was a lot more important in the first couple generations, where the legacy was a lot more concentrated. Um, Now, since there's so many more of us, it kind of and still varies between each of us. It seems less. It seemed like it was less important. It was kind of something we didn't really think of anything of it, to be quite honest. But did something happen that night at all? That
Uh,
night with
I
the
mean, I
extraction?
got hit really hard, but besides that, I mean, we were dealing with the facility. I was slightly psychically attacked, like a little bit, but that was fine. Uh, and yeah, I mean, a lot of things were happening that day, but
Sure.
that was the big one. I had my armor, I was flying, I got hit, and then I lost it.
You lost it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how we can try and help you figure out what exactly that might mean, but since you are presumably now the exemplar of the legacy, if you lost your armor, the legacy lost its armor. It's kind of one thing happens to another, right?
Oh, okay.
Which also means once you recover, and also as you get stronger and grow with the with your powers, everyone else will as well, right? It, you are the legacy now. You are making the new steps of the legacy, right?
Yeah.
That's
So,
what's
but if I can't get it back, I'm not saying that I won't, but if I can't, that means it affects everybody. Like if I'm weaker, then it affects everyone, right?
that's not gonna. I mean, that's never happened. You don't have to worry about that. I mean, theoretically, if you never recovered your armor, then nobody would recover their armor. But honestly, maybe that just means that the armor isn't part of the legacy anymore. Maybe you developed a new kind. I mean, so actually, before me, your father wouldn't have had legacy powers. What happened during my tenure was that like the legacy left the kind of genealogy behind, right? Your father had different powers before he became part of the Lilac family and the legacy. That's what I kind of left in the legacy. So you again, this is we don't know. That's the exciting part is it's now all new.
Okay. Can I ask you to be honest with me for a second?
Yeah.
Are you scared that it's me?
I mean, we always knew it was gonna eventually be you. I mean, there were moments I'm sure where it seemed like it would almost never happen, but that was. I mean, you are always, you know, this is this is what's been like growing and building towards this your whole life, and
Yeah.
you, everyone stumbles on their path, but you got there just like I knew you would, just like we all knew you would. No matter what barriers or stumbles you had, you got here. You're the exemplar. You did it. It's your time.
Okay. Uh she like shakes a little bit as if like finally feeling the weight of it all.
Yeah.
And she just looks and she's like, I'll make you guys proud. Bright
You,
side.
you already have. You already have.
Thank you.
I mean, just think about all the people we saved and all the good we did just the other night. I mean, all those I mean, if you and your friends hadn't figured out what's been going on and linked some things together, I mean, who knows how long they might have been held there? Who else might have been grabbed? I mean, now those agents are are in the founders' facilities. I mean, you're doing so good.
I guess I have one other question.
Yeah.
If I were to give somebody, you know, Remus, the family, the knife, and I give that to somebody, and it were to be used on me, what would that mean for the legacy? Hypothetically.
I mean, it's not like anybody's ever used it, so we can't be fully sure. But
Okay.
you know, the lore behind it, the what we can assume to be true is probably that. I mean, you are. Think about it this way: you are the legacy now,
Hmm.
right? You are the legacy. The legacy is you.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
you go out, the legacy is
Okay. It's like in Lion King when Scar's in charge, Pride Rock gets really bad, but when Simba's in charge, it's right. So I just have to be Simba in that circumstance.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It did also give somebody Remus, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave it to uh Jamie.
Oh, well, we like Jamie. It's okay. I mean, we've we've talked to you
That's
about
enough.
the
That's
importance
enough.
of
That's
of
enough. That's enough.
that. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. I need to find everyone else and think about this a bit. Just uh but I'm
Well,
really glad you're both okay.
we have. There's a little bit more.
Of course.
If you need some time alone for
No.
just a little bit,
No, I can handle a little more. I got it.
okay. I'm gonna go back to the sanctuary. Your sanctuary.
Okay.
And we cut over to below your sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
That large kind of tunnel straight downwards that only people who can like fly or climb on walls could easily get down, with the kind of inset little pockets of light, golden light, with, you'll note, the correct number of lights. Because last time there was kind of one less than there should be.
Okay.
And as you come down to the bottom where that like large shield like door is, as soon as you come down, it just opens instantly, and the chamber is bathed in the same, in like that nice beautiful golden light, similar to what you manifest your weapons and armor as, just bathed in golden light by this chamber. And your parents just kind of like motion you forward.
Sort of walk in almost with the like most gentle like trepidation. It's just like I I don't know what's in here and I'm like afraid.
So we don't know if the legacy came first or this chamber came first. Uh, to be quite honest, like the relationship between you and it now, I think it's kind of irrelevant at this point. But um, this chamber is a place where the exemplar has always been able to come and is just always been linked to us and the family. And it, I don't know, if you remember, well, if you believe like some of the accounts, I mean, not gonna lie, there's been a lot of, you know, any family passing down traditions, things get a little muddled, but especially, I mean, you didn't my parents love them, but they are a little. They take this all. I don't know. Their relationship with their parents seemed a little. They seemed a little strict about this stuff in a way. I don't know. They, the way my mom always talked to me about it, seemed like they were always, I don't know, like almost. Your mom's like, I mean, she doesn't really talk about this kind of stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like struggling to find the right words. I'm a little uncomfortable. But anyway, this place is yours, and it's supposed to be important, and I've never was we don't really know why. It just is a place that you should be able to come and whatever you need it for. I will say I've always found it's a good place to heal and recuperate after a fight. Um,
Good to
but
know.
I also, when um, when I was exemplar, I was the first person to let not exemplars come in here, and I think that's part of why, for instance, your father and other non by blood legacy members eventually were brought into legacy. As I kind of started to share this room with those people, but I can't say for sure. So as you fully step in and take this room, so first of all, the chamber itself has this like strange, so it's this strange, almost like ore vein pattern of golden light kind of interlaced in the walls of stone. Just kind of like looking extremely natural, like this golden light just was put into the stone here for a time. Um, it kind of traces and cracks upwards to a large hanging like golden crystal from the ceiling that is just like radiating and beaming golden light, which it pulses with your heartbeat. And right below it you can see, built of the same stone as the floor, a kind of like almost like little dais, and
Mhm.
inset into it is a cube depression, right? So as if like a cube could go in there, and it has these kind of like organic, almost like geometrically organic, which is the best way I'm going to be able to describe it, patterns, which you would never recognize if you had not seen them before, which you have. It looks, to your knowledge, just like the patterns on the artifact that Jamie had picked up.
Oh.
It just, and just looking at it, I mean, the artifact is a like cube of roughly the same size.
Huh.
So I think, I know we threw a lot at you today, honey, and again, we're already so proud of what you're doing, and I know you're gonna. I can't wait to see how you grow power in your powers and everything you were gonna do, but we can give you some time. And then, of course, I think your friends were saying they were gonna go to the founders facility later today, so I'm sure you can go catch up with them and
Okay.
all of that, but just take some time, and if you need us, we'll be up. Just taking a breather, but just
Okay.
wanted to give you some time here. This is your space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I give them both a hug.
Yeah.
If they'll allow it.
It's warm and they are so excited. You can almost like feel the pride like coming off of them, but at the same time there's like a fragility, like you can like, you know, hugging people who are like have were like sore or like,
Yeah.
you know, in a bad way, like it's this.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think this conversation combined with their physical state, Leah's deeply, I think, aware of mortality writ large, but
Mhm.
like especially the mortality of her parents, which is terrible for someone so young to have to think about. But like, yeah, she
Yeah,
absolutely can feel this.
these are the people who never get sick, like laid out by the flu kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think she just holds him for a second, and like, I think that thing she normally does when she's nervous or thinking too much, where she begins to like almost absentmindedly float and spin in the air a little bit.
Yeah.
That's like a little just sort of thing she does when she's thinking. I'll catch up with my friends in just a second. I'll be okay.
We know.
Thank you. I'm gonna take a second, and then I'll be out helping save the world some more.
And your dad starts leaving, and your mom kind of does a thing where like she fakes him out, so she has a second with you alone, and like, hey, I hope you. I know I've pushed you a lot as you've grown up, and I hope you understand. Like, I always believed in you. You just, I don't know. I was always just trying to do better than I thought my mother did, and I always knew you were gonna be here. I hope you know that, right? I just, I'm proud of
Yeah,
you.
I I appreciate that. I never want to be in the same situation you are with your mom. You know what I mean?
I didn't want that for us either. Yeah.
And I can appreciate the lessons, and maybe I don't know, having my friends around has helped me have more space to contextualize all of your lessons. So
Yeah, I think that's maybe an oversight that we've all, up until you, maybe had is, yeah, you know, because I was homeschooled, as was my mother, and
oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense.
okay, little Missy, you don't that's okay. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
just because things are true.
I, I, Mom, I love you. That says so much about you and Grandma. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, you never got bullied in public school. That does a lot to. That does a
Okay,
lot
but
to you.
who would have the balls to bully me? Excuse them.
Yeah, but then you'd also have to learn restraint. There's a lot of things you didn't.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It's okay. It's. I mean, plus, look, me having, plus us having an extra guest in the house. It's gonna it'll work. Things will be okay. We'll have more. You'll have more space and more people to talk to. And anyway, I'm gonna.
yeah. I just, I love you.
I love you, Mom.
I'll give you. Yeah. Okay.
And I think for Leah, we get like one last panel of her just sort of sitting in the sanctuary, like almost floating, just like looking around at the immense weight of it all. She just lets out a deep sigh, and then I think after like 10 minutes, she goes to head towards the founder's facility.
Okay. Is there anything you wanted to look at? Like, did you want to look at that dais or any other
She's
part
a
of the?
little curious about that dais.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
just feels like a magical coincidence.
yeah. It you can see similar veins running through it as well, but it is unlit. Right? It looks like a, an unactive or unpowered, almost like section of this bit of whatever this is. And yeah, it's if it's not an exact size and pattern match, it is like frighteningly similar to the artifact
Hmm.
in terms of where it would fit.
I'll need to talk to them soon, I guess. And I think she just mutters that quietly under her breath. We can just cut away from Leah.
Yeah. So we can cut away, and so while all that was happening and Leah was contemplating, we found out what the party was doing. So you all we can cut to Leah coming back to the founder's facility. So where we last left, we can Leah, you hop in whenever you want. So where we last left, uh, um, Gigaflop, Sam, you had just broken your connection to the agent and had been having the mental conversation with them, and the two other agents had teleported in and just then immediately stopped because you only cut the connection up for a little bit. Yeah. So, is there anything? I mean, your friend, the agent, has kind of gone quiet after even in a few seconds you've had an extensive amount of conversation with them.
Yeah. So I think Gigaflop will say, it may take me a little while to sort through and synthesize all of the data that I just recovered. Should we continue our investigation and interrogation of the prisoners here? Where did Umbra go?
Ethan's just busy poking one of the guys that teleported in and aren't moving. Like,
Yeah,
doom,
they're just
doom,
like, yeah,
doom.
just fully like slumped over themselves, unmoving.
Umber's right. Uh,
And in fact, as you like poke them, they're like warm, but they're like they don't breathe. They're not breathing.
mm, I think they're dead or shut down,
Inactive.
inactive. Yeah.
That is for the best.
And am I here for all of this?
Yeah, you just showed up,
Okay.
hearing them being like
Okay.
hearing
I think I walk in on. They're
Yeah.
dead.
yeah.
Mhm.
Inactive.
I didn't do it.
I good. Hi. What have I missed?
Oh well. It just goes through the whole spiel about everything. I mean, like, it leaves out no detail.
You guys actually got to rest for a while?
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, we played video games and then we played volleyball, and that was interesting.
I would have been
Um
so good at volleyball. That
we would have I mean, we crushed it, but I
yeah,
mean, we
but
would have
like
crushed it even more with you.
it would have been some high Q shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm glad to see you, both of you.
Yeah, we were wondering what happened when your parents came and snatched you up.
Yeah, family talks.
Is everything
Not
okay?
um. So I'm the exemplar of my family. That means
Congrats.
I'm the torchbearer of all the powers. So whatever
Oh
powers
wow.
I don't have, everyone doesn't have.
Oh.
Yeah. But like,
Oh no.
but if I learn any new powers, it means everybody also learns those. So, yeah, and plus I know how to fight without armor. Maybe my family will be able to learn it for a little too. It's fine. uh it's not. Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen eventually, but like I didn't expect it to happen when I was this young.
Hmm.
But uh, more importantly, we have the founder facility. So get to let's get some answers.
Um, yeah. Um, well, Sam just talked to or inside interfaced with uh th- him or it, them, that one. And then like a second after interfacing, these two showed up. So Umbra and I were about to kick butt, but then they shut down as soon as they appeared, and then Umbra disappeared.
Yeah, they do
Yeah,
that.
Uh,
yeah,
and just a reminder, this one is Agent Ada. This is the agent which is able to create the crystal that can capture and nullify supers. Um,
yeah.
just as a reminder,
Thank you.
because
So
proper
yeah,
nouns are all over.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, so I don't know exactly where to go from here. I guess one, we should probably figure out what happened to Umbra, and then also what information Sam, you want to jump in on that?
The comic book page, the bottom corner, where it's like, I will explain where Umbra went, is like Sam drawn over top of the comic panel, blocking it, and a big text bubble that says, Umbra will return in issue 31 of the Unremarkables. Just bear with us. And then we
Yes.
turn the page and it's you going, oh, okay. That makes
Oh, that
sense.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
fluctuating teleportation waves, of course.
Mm.
Exactly. It's a good thing we planted that bug on them. He looks through the panel at the reader and then turns and looks back. The agent is part of a hive mind, if you did not know.
That
When
Like,
disconnected from the collective, all of them are, and he gently touches one of them with his little foot,
mhm.
inoperable.
terrifying.
There is nothing terrifying about a hive mind, it's just a collection of data. What's wrong with being a hive mind? That
Hive
seems
minds
pretty
aren't.
inconsiderate. I mean, all things
The second
considered.
voice inside your head, yeah, jeez.
I mean, what by which I mean terrifying that those powers could be used potentially for bad things.
Why does a hive mind got to be a bad thing? And there's like more
It's
This is
lines,
a
and we
lot
go
of
okay.
faster,
Yeah,
negative talk.
I
faster,
was
and
gonna say,
faster.
I was gonna say each panel, Sam gets smaller, and there's just like a bigger dark cloud growing above them, and they're just like,
Being a hive mind isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Just more and more.
It
Uh,
is not my understanding. It is not my understanding that this creature, whatever the collective may be, is inherently good or evil. It seems that they were on quarantine duty, that they were trying to stop the affliction that has plagued you and your family.
Fair. Okay, that's. I mean, I get that.
Oh yes, because another connection is that all of the people that were captured are all people that have come in contact to Crystal Pepsi. Y'all figure that out. We'll piece that together. That's the common link.
Okay. Hmm. All right. So, not necessarily moving in bad faith.
But I do not know what the collective is, or what these agents are, their purpose, who they answer to, what they would do after quarantine procedures failed. They did seem very happy to understand that I can remove the contaminant from living people. So at
Hmm.
least we've made that. He gives giant finger guns.
Okay. So progress has been made. Um. I think Leah's still like racing, just to like, does any of this tie? How will any of this tie into like the bad future we were warned about? I think Leah's just thinking about that at the moment. But so, do we have any current leads or people to talk to at this moment?
We have the other people captured in the altercation in which the building was collapsed on top of our friend Seismic. But past that, no.
To be clear, we do actually have a few leads. So there is Edmund Edwards. You could try and find
new leads.
new
No.
leads.
We
Okay.
have the old leads. Yes.
Any leads are
Well,
fine
I was
for
going to say,
me.
technically, Edmund Edwards would be new to Leia.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's Edmund Edwards. You could try and reach back out to the Doolages, or just any other member. Like you could try and find other people like Kinesis who may have been contacted by Echo. Um, there's also trying to go back to that weird larva thing that seems to be connected to Crystal Pepsi or something.
And I have a note that I have an ongoing +1 to find Jennifer's location. Her eldest brother is Kinesis. I think that we were
Yes,
at one point trying to track down Jennifer to find Kinesis or information about him.
Jennifer is Devin Doolige's mom. That's Jennifer Doolige.
Well, there is one new lead, and he's just gonna kind of like look down as he says that. We know a new name of a scientist working on this stuff. Um, his name is Edmund, and we might have to talk to him and uh figure out what he's up to.
I'm sensing I mean I can
Hmm?
hear your heartbeat a little bit, so I'm sensing that you're extremely nervous about that one. Um
I don't even know
d-
it.
you sure?
Yeah.
Do you have his full name so maybe we can look it up?
You know what? I don't think the computer had that. So yeah, I think we should just go and find what was the Kinesis? Isn't that who we're going after next? Sam? Mhm.
You're muted.
Computer.
I realized, God, give me a second. This is more of an Umbra plan, and then there's the blink, blink, like dotted outline of where Umbra's
Yeah.
not. I don't
I'm
care.
like,
I
shit.
mean, we could talk to the other one, or wouldn't want to step on any toes. But I mean, it seems like maybe you're having some trepidation with that one.
No, it's fine. I would just prefer not to be there.
Fine, I can do it if you give me a name and a location.
I I don't know the location.
Okay.
Sam has that. I think, or did you get the location? I think you just got the name though,
For
right?
Edmund.
Edmund, yeah.
Also you have like a lead. You don't have a
Okay.
definitive location, but
Yeah.
I mean, also you have someone who's connected to the internet. So
I have a rental history we could backtrack.
Yeah. See? All set. Mm.
Gigaflop will over to Legionnaire and loom over with both hands, cupping over his voice modulator, and whisper very gently, "It's been like 11 hours since Ethan cried. So if we could avoid making Ethan cry for just like the next 13 hours, it would be a really great goal."
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I can.
24 full hours. The big 2-4. can't
Yeah,
imagine it.
yeah, okay. I just feel like I'm missing something, and like I don't want to impose, but I'd like to know the full shebang if that helps.
Oh, do you mean that it's his dad? That part?
Yeah, I think that was the context I was missing. Actually,
Yeah.
that
It's
makes more
okay. There's
sense.
so many names, and it's not like Mr. Seismic, you know?
It's kind of funny. Do you think?
He stops
Do
and looks at Ethan like they take a step away further and keep their little whispered
As he's
conversation.
terrible at whispering, Ethan's just like,
do you think it feels kind of funny that they both did the double E name, right? Like, how far back do you think it
not
went
like
with
a choice.
E?
I didn't have a choice in my name.
I know, I get it. Trust me, I did. So, like, you could
Yeah.
always change it.
Hell, like on the panel. Oh, trust me, I get it. Layla, Lila.
Uh,
And it shows the like family tree of L L L L L L L L.
going back
Oh,
4 generations.
weird, weird, weird.
Okay, well, I get it now. If you want me to do that talk, I can take lead on that, so you don't have to.
I just figured we could postpone it until Umbra came back, and then you and Umbra could go. Well, I keep Ethan busy doing other things, like hurting people or crushing buildings.
I mean, I'm also fine to wait for Jamie to have it. Either way is fine. Um, uh,
Since the two of you have been developing a shorthand, it seems.
you're right. It's co-chair cap anyway. Uh,
Roommates. Totally roommates.
yes,
I get it.
exactly. Yeah, no, like you and the bond of a roommate is very strong. You understand a lot about each other.
I'm
Leah
sorry.
is
I'm gonna go
incredibly
into the
red in the
next. I'm
face.
gonna go into the next room and cry. And he just goes starts laughing.
Oh, Leah's face is incredibly red from all of that. Okay.
Sam doesn't seem to get it. He's just like, hmm? He's like, it shows the internal mechanism of he opens a digital file that has all of your information and it says Umbra roommate. And he's like, peculiar that you would be so embarrassed about having
Yeah,
a roommate. It's
makes a
very
note
nice
about
of you.
like look up real like connotations of roommates that I don't
Until you
understand.
change it, it's not going to get changed in his mind. Anyway, let us find these doulages. I'm kind of sick of worrying about them. Do we need to speak to anyone else in this high security facility deep underground where no one can hear us if we were to disappear randomly?
I will say, the person who like let you in is also your cousin LaShawn, Leah.
Oh, all right. Well, I should say hi to LaShawn then.
Hey, uh, your Majesty, I believe.
I will purposely try to lose every power if it means you will be weaker.
And it would be only my fate to follow in your nobility. No, I can't do it. How's it going?
I mean, I had that talk today.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I think. I mean, like I felt it. I'm sure everyone else could too. It is kind of a thing
Do
you
you
could
guys get a sixth sense for that?
I mean, I then also like felt the losing of my armor stuff. So
Yeah. Well, yep. It's finally happened. Do I get like not a quinceanera, obviously, but do I get some sort of party like that for being
we
exemplar?
we can pivot that. I think we should like that seems
It's
entirely.
the least I can get for this.
I think so.
Thank you. Besides that, I got let into the sanctuary, like the inner sanctum sanctuary.
Is it dope?
It's all right. It's quiet. Quiet's nice, actually.
Okay. So it's not like a big bombastic. It's more like an inner sanctum. It's not
Yeah,
like
no. I mean, like
okay.
the sanctuary is more of like the
Like
like
it's like
crash
bathed in
pad.
divine light. Like
Yeah, yeah,
whoa.
yeah. No,
Okay.
the crash pad, the sanctuary is more of like for hanging out. The sanctum is more for like you know, like a sensory deprivation room.
Your noble, lineage.
I will throw you through a building.
It would be an honor.
Can't win for losing today. All right, I was just checking on you, and now I
No,
regret it.
no, hey, I appreciate it. By the way, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you and your friends would be interested, but uh, later, like, kind of come like early evening, we were gonna just go. Some me and some of my associates from Rising Tide, we were gonna do just like a peaceful protest. Um, uh, Outside the city, there have been a couple of real injustice, like real, like a lot of people just trying to do right by everyone else that have been locked up, and we're still
Yeah.
trying to,
Are
you
we?
know,
I mean, is that a thing we could do in costume, or is it out of costume?
we usually put on just masks, not our full costumes, just because we don't need to bring heat on everyone.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so just middle ground, not ourselves, not our super
yeah.
self.
It honestly might be a good way of also maybe seeing what other classmates I have who are sympathetic to us.
Sure, yeah, no, I mean, we're just doing a peaceful protest,
Yeah, no, I know, but
outside an embassy, but we're trying to
it might
also.
attract a few people.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes some counter protesters and stuff, but
That's also
here
fine.
it's not usually that big a deal.
It's still good to know who at school has our back and maybe doesn't. So I will. I'll let everyone know. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it'd
If
be
I
great to
if I
kind of.
can't make it, assume that something else has exploded. You know
I
how
mean, of
much
course,
trouble follows us.
totally.
All right, I love you. Be safe, and I don't know. Maybe under I, I know you're not the exemplary, but it may just keep me in the loop on how your powers are doing, so I at least
Okay,
have a metric.
yeah, you got it. Well, okay. There's this. I don't wanna tell the family, but like leans in really conspiratorially. I've got this zit on my back, and I
Oh
just
my gosh, I'm sick of you.
like
Leah just
completely shouldn't be
flies
doing.
away. Just like slowly while like locking eyes doing this. Ugh,
And like hands up, like like fake shaking in
I'm
fear.
going to learn laser. I'm going to learn heat vision just for this. And then she flies off.
Incredible. So y'all are going to the Doolige's house?
As we walk by, just like plop plop, I hand him the two agents that teleported into the room and are unconscious. Here you go. Won't be needing those. Bye.
Incredible.
Yes,
So
to the
yeah,
Dooliges.
a stately little like one family home. Nothing eccentric at all. Like almost like classic like American suburb style. Towards the edge of the city. Um, yeah. Do you want to? Are y'all just like going up to the front, rocking up to the front door? Are you gonna try and ask, like, let Devin know you're coming and have him let you in? Like, what's the play?
Uh, are we just doing the like school friend routine?
I don't know. What are we doing, co-team captain?
You say one word once and suddenly it's
I mean, technically, now that Umbra's gone, wouldn't you just be acting captain?
co-team captain.
Acting
Because
co-team captain?
acting co-team captain because I can always feel Jamie's influence even when I'm not, or even when they're not around. Anyway,
Like roommates do.
He's just gonna go.
Leah's face once again beat red. It's like, yes. Anyway, so we are trying to get in just for getting a look at everything.
Not particularly. I do not believe that we will find any data to be mined from this location, as I did that previously, about 8 days ago.
True.
So we
I
will
mean-
need to interface with their biological data centers.
Talking. Okay.
Do we go straight for the mom or?
No, you never go straight for the mom. We hang out for dinner, and then, or see if we can hang out, and then yeah, never straight for the mom. Never want
Okay.
a Stacy's mom situation.
How much do we
All
want
right.
to bet that's a book on Amazon?
We go straight for the
Never
mom.
go straight for the mom. You know? Any takers?
It's I believe it's real.
Knowing the world we're in, I'm not putting money on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. We do it. We're there.
All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Devin
Knock.
opens the door. Hey, how's it going?
I forgot his voice.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
We've been playing Smash for a while, and I think we've reached our upper limits of trading against each other, and we wanted to run some sets, so that was cool.
Oh, you have come to the right place. Let me entree.
It's like if Napoleon Dynamite was worse.
Go by glob.
Ugh.
You have. I feel like I've been training for this exact scenario.
See, all right, but who do you main right now? 'Cause I'm a Terry main.
Well, I actually have been attempting to become a random main. I want to be good at any of
What a villain! Oh.
What? I will fight you. I only ever play random in every fight.
There's a confident villainy in random mains. There's such an overwhelming sense of confidence.
Although I have to say, I do really like Piranha Plant.
Piranha Plant main. All right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no. I brought a couple of controllers and stuff. I think
Awesome.
right before we knocked, Leah just disappeared in
Yeah.
a puff of
Pew,
smoke.
pew.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I have to introduce yourself to your folks or anything? I want to make sure I'm respectful.
Sure. Mom. And yeah, you see a very kindly woman walk up. Definitely Devin is a spitting image. I would say she's fairly short, looks to be Asian American woman, looks has a pair of glasses stuck up in a mess of hair, and is, you do notice though, is wearing, looks to be some kind of tech boots, has some kind of has has some kind of tech that comes up to uh like uh higher boots level, but has slippers on over them. And just kind of oh hey, are you Devin's friends? I think he's been talking about some friends he made in the AV club.
I mean, I'm not really a member of the AV club, but I gesture to Ethan.
Hi. Oh, and hello. Looking at you, you're so big. Are you in high school?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I am also in the AV club, but I do admit,
good.
I haven't learned anything in there.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I'm sure you'll get there. Well, please come in. Can I get you all? Would you like some? I can make some tea, or we would of course prefer soda. I think the tea. guys.
They will take a soda. I do not need water or
Yes.
food.
Cool. We're going to be testing ourselves in the crucible of Super Smash Brothers. And we'll be unreachable for a time, brother. Oh, you kids have fun. And I'll try and stay out of your hair here. No worries.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, it was lovely meeting you, ma'am.
Yeah, so y'all are led downstairs to the. Definitely, they think it's a lot cooler than it is. Little gamers den that is Devin's basement.
Got those like little like a floor rocker gaming chairs.
Yeah, you know it.
Leah
Has like
has a
one
plan.
LED strip.
Ugh. Leah has a plan, which is waiting till she can like what time of the day is it?
It's like mid-afternoon.
Okay, I think the plan is like waiting till like Leah can smell like the start of something like cooking, and then
Mhm.
just innocently go up and offer to like help, like
Great.
So like this, that it really sells it, and Leah will be like, yeah, no, my dad taught me how to cook.
Oh, you are so sweet. Yeah. I don't want to take you away from your games.
Oh, I mean, it's okay. Like, I don't want to like cramp my wrist or anything by playing too long, like without
I
for long
do
stretches of
always warn
time.
Devin about that. I don't. I'm worried that he's gonna get the. Um,
Carpal tunnel.
that's it. That's the.
Yeah, yeah. No, my
I think
cousin,
just saying
he
tunnels.
absolutely, yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's a real problem.
Exactly.
I've been trying to get him one of those like economic no, ag- agronomic
I
keyboards.
think it's called ergonomic.
Okay, but he says he only wants a mechanical one that and that I don't think those are the same thing.
It's the noise. It's like a nice loud like click of the. Anyway,
Is that what
um,
that means? I thought it was like a self typing maybe.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I don't mind like taking a little breather to help cook.
It's so
If
sweet.
that's
Thank you so
cool.
much. Yeah, of course. Thank you. Yeah. She starts having you help make like little like dumplings. Looks like that she's like made filling already and is filling some stuff up.
So, uh, oh God, let me as Leah think of like a smooth lead-in
Yeah.
because that girl is not smooth.
I'm incredibly interested to hear what's gonna.
I mean, so how do you like Leah's fighting for her life here? Like how
Here,
do you feel about
one
the
thing I'll
city and
say that
everything? Things.
one thing to help you is that there is a moment where because she's not an exceptionally tall woman, that like she has to grab something from the top shelf and just for a moment she like just floats up and grabs it, almost like not thinking about it, like doesn't even realize she did it, just like floats up, grabs
Oh,
it, and in that moment the like things that she has on her legs just light up for a moment,
okay.
and then she just comes back down to the ground.
Can I make a suggestion? This is an opportune time for you to provoke someone, like into getting
True.
her to reveal information.
Yes,
Because
yes,
I know
perfect.
that we try to lean into mechanics a little bit harder the longer we play. So
Yeah, so why don't
it
you
doesn't
Perfect, yeah.
necessarily have to be like, listen, fucker, tell me what I want to know.
Yeah.
It could be you just like sweet talking and making innocent.
Oh yeah, no, I just didn't even think about the. Thank
Yeah,
you. I forgot
that's a
I forgot
great
this game had rules for a second.
right? Yeah, it has been a roleplay heavy episode so far. So yeah, you just tell me kind of an idea of how Leah would try and provoke, and then we'll get into the mechanics of it all.
I think Leah was going to start asking about how she feel about the recent events in the city, like the collapsing building and stuff, just to sort of get her vibes
Yeah.
on supers and stuff, and go from there.
Yeah.
I got a 10, by the way.
Ooh, incredible. So on a 10
So,
plus, they rise to the bait and do what you want. So she says, "Oh my goodness." Well, well, first of all, a lot of, I mean, I have nothing but the utmost respect for all those people who are able to, help everyone. And I mean, you see, well, the thing I always try and talk to Devin about is because obviously, especially when a kid his age, it's all about the people who, fight back the whatever and do all of that. But me, it's the people who can then save all those people out of. I mean, just the other night there was a whole building downtown in the financial sector that collapsed, and from the news reports I read, nobody, everyone was able to get out safely and are under care right now. And I mean, if you ask me, that's the real miracle. So, I mean, it's obviously you wish that nothing bad ever happened, but I'm so glad that there are people who can make sure that when something bad happens, that they are able to. Because I mean, not everyone can just go do that, right? So, it's just very, and definitely the vibe. I'll say on a 10 plus you're getting is that not only does she have like a lot of respect, but there is definitely a bit of like, if only like things were a little different, I would be out there. Like there's that like
okay.
underlying implication.
Do you ever wish you had like superpowers or anything?
Wow. If I could do stuff like all those people that work with the founders could, then well, who doesn't live in this city and think about doing that kind of stuff? Of course. But everyone has their own gifts and their own ways of getting through everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, everyone does what they can with what they have to help. I just always like to ask
Right.
because, like, I know my family, like my parents, are always been like a little interested. Or always have like opinions about superhero culture and everything. So I always like to ask.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
yeah. I also had one other question.
Yeah.
Do you mind? There's something sort of high up on the shelf, like kind of above you, and I don't want to like reach over.
Oh
Do you
my
mind
gosh, no
grabbing that for
worries.
me?
It just floats on up, grabs it again, like this, like in a way, like you move with super speed. You don't have to think about it. It's just like a natural process. Just floats up, grabs it, and is like, "Here you go." Also, you're doing such a good job folding these. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Oh, no, of course. I mean, anything I can do to help.
Yeah.
I I don't want to be rude.
Oh,
You were just floating?
oh my gosh, was I? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not supposed to be. I try not to in front of guests. I'm so sorry. Please, sorry. Like it's like a little blip blushing. Like, sorry. I didn't mean to freak you out or anything. But yes, sorry.
I mean,
uh,
it is your household. I'm not here to step on your rules and your normal what you do.
I, well, this is one of the reasons why I wanted Devin to go to high school. I just wanted, I, you know, the amount of questions you get from a kid growing up with this kind of stuff. I mean, it's so many. You can't imagine. But no, it. Thank you. Sorry. I feel so silly.
No, you're absolutely fine. I need to. I team. I'm wiring in for help. Help me sink the dagger on this.
Okay.
Um, I, I think I might just like if you excuse me for a second. I just want to go
Of course.
make sure everyone else is having a good time.
Yeah.
And I'll be
Oh, and
right
if someone's
back
gonna
to
want
help.
some tea or something.
Yeah, yeah, I'll be right back. Perfect.
I'm just gonna start making some tea, and just in case.
Yeah,
If not, then it'll be okay.
yeah. And I like run down and relay everything that just happened, like in whispers. I think during like a particularly like intense set. I whisper it to Sam because I know Sam will like be able to we'll be ready for it.
I mean, yeah, but out of character, what help do you need with? Like,
I just want to.
suggestions? Do you need
I mean,
pitches?
yes, Leah above the table.
Do you
Leah's
know
just
where
like,
the
I don't know
goalpost
what to do.
is?
Yes, just
So,
trying to see what else I need to get.
so here's the sausage for all of you at home is that we have multiple mysteries that all kind of interconnect, and keeping them all sorted and not tangled is like having a bag full of headphones. It is my understanding that Kinesis is Jennifer's eldest brother, right?
Correct.
Kinesis was targeted by Echo or someone
Okay.
in Echo at some point,
Correct.
and powers were used to fuck up part of the city and got him in huge trouble, got everybody in huge trouble. Someone sabotaged Kinesis. We can theoretically go talk to Kinesis because Kinesis is in prison. But when we did that last time and when we went down that path before, it did not take us anywhere because Kinesis doesn't
Okay.
fucking know, right? So we're trying to
Yeah.
find out who would know the family, who would know Kinesis had powers, who would be involved so that we can trace it back to Echo. Does that make any sense?
Okay.
That's my
Okay.
reading.
That.
on it. I don't know.
Yeah. That should help me contextualize more
Right, so-
loaded questions.
Yeah, so like, I don't think that it's beyond reason that you know Kinesis, because like we know his actual real name too.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not like above reproach that if you were just like, "Are you okay with what happened to your brother? Like, is everything all
Okay.
right? I'm a hero.
Okay.
Do you need help? Do you think something
Yeah.
happened?"
True. I know if we
You
wanted
could
to drop
even
the
say,
hero
"We think
cards.
someone set him up. How can we help?" The whole time
And-
it's just been like, "Do we think that Jennifer is part of Echo?" And I don't think so.
And as a note as well, that like class of people who like need equipment or whatever to like utilize or control their powers. Jennifer also came in, like Kinesis is part of that group, and Jennifer is,
Okay.
which was another tie between them.
Okay. Yep. I have a plan then. I
Because
just wanted to like make sure.
yeah, and then that's the group that Echo's been targeting as well. Seems to be
Yeah.
all like that's the link between the people Echo's been targeting.
So
Perfect.
if the camera of our panel is sitting on the TV and it's facing and it shows Ethan and oh god, what's this kid's
Devin?
name? Devin.
Devin.
I know that it started with a D, but I went
Yeah.
blank. It shows Ethan and Devin sitting on the couch facing the TV and us behind it with the text bubbles. And I think that Gigaflop would basically say, if you don't get a vibe that she's involved with Echo, I think that you may just want to extend an olive branch and tell her what we know.
Okay.
If she seems like a normal housewife to you, she may be a target of Echo in the future. She may
She
need
seems
to
sweet
know.
and she seems to really like supers. So
I trust your
Okay.
judgment. If you trust her,
Oh.
I will as well.
perfect. Also, do you guys want tea?
Oh my gosh, my mom is so embarrassing. Sorry, she like makes tea for everyone that shows up. Honestly, she made tea for the mailman one time, and I was so embarrassed. It was like ridiculous.
And there's like
Can't handle
sweat on
Devin's
Ethan's
voice.
head trying to keep up with this fucking nerd because he's played way more than us.
This kid is 100% no lifing Smash Brothers.
Like jumping out, like spending 30 plus seconds completely off the stage, just juggling, bouncing back and
I
forth.
totally
Yes,
caught you with a
yes.
cross-up iframe.
Oh, oh my god.
I call this one the Devon surprise.
Oh no.
At
This kid does
least-
nothing but like watch fucking tourneys.
Yeah.
At least 4 times since this has started, he's like, I can just shake this whole fucking house down.
Yeah.
I know 3 people that would survive.
This is weird.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, like we get a scene of that happen, and it's like, oh my god, I thought I had turned Rumble off of this darn controller. Oh my gosh,
I'm just like, yeah, that's crazy.
how weird.
Well, I'll go bring some tea down if everyone wants any. and then I'm helping cook, by the way. Like, I just kind of took a breather to go help cook, but
It's okay.
I mean,
I understand that I'm intimidating to
oh,
face in the
it's just
arena.
I'm
Of
not
course it
all
is.
right, but it's the platform fighter thing. Now, if it's a 2D, fight, I got you.
That
If you
is
want to
fine.
run sets in
Everyone
Street
has
Fighter, I got
different.
you.
Everyone has different strengths, and it's okay.
And yeah, no, nothing I've ever seen from a Smash fan afraid of a fight stick. And then she just mutters and goes upstairs, actually a little heated now.
And you like leave and you hear Devin be like, "You see, the problem with a fight stick is."
All right. Anyway, yes, she will deliver the tea and then just sort of be like, oh, one thing, can I tell you about something?
Sure, what's going on?
She just like floats a little. Like,
Oh my gosh.
uh, yeah,
Oh my god, did I do that? Oh, like
no,
it starts like just being
no,
like, wait.
trust me, you
Oh,
didn't.
thank goodness.
Um, I wanted to offer support, everything regarding your brother and stuff.
Oh my goodness. You, you know about my brother?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Little bits and
Is he
pieces.
okay?
Yes, right.
I mean, last y'all know, they were in a founder's facility somewhere.
In
For their own
Supermax
safety.
prison with no
Yep.
powers. So
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Powers are sort of not happening right now, but otherwise, yeah.
He's always had so much problem. Oh, thank you so much. And like rushes up and like just barely stops themselves from hugging you without asking. Like, "Oh, sorry, I just
No, of course.
like she's
She
already
like
like
offers
putting like
herself as a
kind of
supportive shoulder.
like yeah, already like it just. Oh, I'm so glad to hear.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had a couple of questions, if that's okay. Some real ones now.
oh, of course. Yeah, yes. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Let me just like
No, you're fine. You're fine. Take all the time you need.
I'm sure I'm sure my eyeliner
You're
is
you're
all on.
fine.
Okay.
Do you know if your brother was in any sort of trouble otherwise?
Well, he's always had trouble with his powers, of course. I mean, but he said that he had it under control. He said that he had some people had reached out and improved his suit. I mean, he's always so clever. He's the one who built these, and he's always been so good about the kind of stuff. But
Do you know anything about the people who offered to help?
um, I don't know. Well, he didn't really tell me about them, but I don't know if they're like the people that reached out to me. So I don't know.
People reached out to you?
Yeah.
Can I, if you don't mind, can you tell me about that experience? And then suddenly, like, almost like she's a beat cop, Leah just has like a little notepad.
Well, yeah, it was just that, after everything happened with him, somebody just reached out and said that they had been working with him, or their like foundation had something about working with people with equipment like ours, and said that they had been working with him and that because of everything that happened, they just needed some help with some schematics, because they apparently knew that my day job, and so they just needed help with looking over schematics and just needed, and so I just needed to get it at Devin's computer so I could look over. This is pretty technical documents. I can't bring my work computer home, so I just needed to look over some things. But I don't. They didn't say anything about how he was doing.
Okay. If they reach out to you again, let me know.
Well, I've been ignoring them because after I looked over their schematics and said they were all good, they kind of stopped talking to me. for a while, and now they've
Okay.
reached back out, and I don't want it. I just didn't know.
When did they last reach out?
Uh, it was like a couple nights when the building collapsed. That was that last night, 2 nights ago.
Okay.
Just been
Okay.
trying
Okay.
to
Okay.
shut everything out. I just didn't want.
I think I'm like speed texting this information to you guys, and also asking if we have anything we can do to like have sort of some sort of like alarm system or something. Just to make sure that if something does happen, that I mean, at least very least Leah can get there as fast as possible.
Sure.
Um,
I can do that. I'm gonna mark my doom trap.
no.
Wield my powers.
Ah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, tell me about it.
That's a 10, or actually an 11. I I create something useful for my environment. I will put this house under the same network that I have on the sanctuary that I set up before we left, and left Beetle there alone with Layla's parents.
Great. So you are immediately like clued into this home. Yeah. There is 100% another system keeping surveillance of this house. You are the second thing to have this building under watch.
So I'm imagining that we're still down there like playing video games, and there'll be like the little text box like you would see long descriptions in down the corner of the page, and it just has like computer code for me, and it has like smash settings set on 0.0018% or whatever, so that I don't instantly win and everyone gets to have fun. And then it goes down the list, and it's like compiling, computer errors, system network, blah blah. So if you read through all the program and you speak program, you would see that there's another network here, and I basically just shunt it out and replace it with my own. Like, the way that I'm seeing it, and I'm not talking to my team about this because I'm being a little selfish because I'm real close to my doom, right? May as well. The way that I'm seeing it is I'm going to shunt it and break their security network on the house so that they come to fix it and we can catch them in the act.
Great. Go ahead, roll a what's the move called? Assess this situation to see how much you learn about the system before you.
That's terrible. Hold on a second.
It's superior.
My superior is 0.
Ooh,
4.
cool.
Very little.
Nothing.
I'm still processing so much data from the info dump that I got from the hive mind.
You don't even process what this other surveillance system is. You just shunt it away. Or do you want to inform, like you could speed text back, Leah, do you want to inform anyone that there was one, or?
Nah.
Cool.
I'll tell them later. It's fine.
Sounds good. So
This is doom.
back to you, Leah. Back upstairs. Is everything okay though?
I don't want to alarm you, but there's a chance that you might also be targeted in the same way your brother was. I know that sounds scary. But
he was targeted?
It seems like the same people who reached out to you seem to have had not good intentions.
Oh my goodness.
With their outreach. Especially finding people who may be insecure or vulnerable about their powers, require a little bit of help. It seems like a nice offer at first, and suddenly,
Oh my.
So, yeah. So, thankfully, we're going to have an extra set of eyes helping, and if anything bad happens here, don't worry, I can be here very quickly.
Thank you so much. This is a lot, and I'm so sorry. I just hope that my brother's okay. And you know, I just this is why I kind of set aside any of my powers and stuff because I just didn't want anything bad to happen to my family. And if there's anything if there's anything I can do to make sure everything's okay, or keep my family safe and stuff, you just let me know, okay?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, if you manage to get any more outreach, or if you know anyone who's gotten these type of uh, messages or anything, just let us know so we can keep as many people safe as possible. And also, um, you didn't hear any of this from me, just to make sure. I don't.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I can show you like the messages.
that sounds great.
Yeah, she like grabs a phone, and you can see, scrolling back up, you can see what looks to be, I mean, from the face of it, seems to be a pretty well constructed email from a very generic sounding foundation of, like, like like supporting Super's foundation, and has like a lot of like specific information that you couldn't just find on the internet about like Kinesis and Kinesis's real name and Jennifer's name and powers, and about like we've been working with your brother and his technology. He informed us that you might be working with something similar. With the current situation, we unfortunately just require someone else to take a look at something. If you could simply, we will send you a USB. If you could simply look over our documentation, it would be a great help to us. Thank you so much. And then you can see recently, a couple like very business-like emails, from around when your family is attacked, and then the smash and grab happened, of like very business-like. Just wanted to reach back out and see if we could reconnect. But from like yesterday, it's simply that you can see a lot of that edifice has fallen away, and you can see like, it has like, coordinates that, you also, you're smart enough to like a local park, like this place, 7 p.m. Uh, you know, as soon as possible.
Is that scheduled for today?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Do we wanna do a surprise sting?
And
Because
I will
that's
also I will also say, so there's that, meeting sent to Jennifer Doolittle, and that park at that time is where the Rising Tide protest will be.
oh, it's all coming together. I think I am also like once again speed texting all of this information. Um, were you thinking of going to that meeting in that message you got?
I didn't even look at. I saw notification from that email and just swiped it away. Mm-mm. I wasn't about it.
I know there is a protest going on tonight at that same park.
Oh, okay.
I know if you go, there is a chance that definitely the people who've been sending you emails are probably going to want to talk to you.
Oh,
Now, I don't want to put you in that sort of in harm's way. But if you would like to go and potentially help suss out who these people are, I give you my word that we will keep you safe.
these are the people that do something to my brother.
More than likely, yes.
She like straightens out the apron and like the little bit of his mysterious face. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Plus, this might count as like a cultural credit for school for Devin, so you know.
Oh no, he can't come.
Fair enough.
I don't want him anywhere near any of the super business.
Okay. I will say, just make sure you have him on speed dial. Thankfully, like I said, the house should be protected just in case they try anything to him either.
He,
Tell him to just stay
I'll,
home.
I'll toss him off on my sister. He, his aunt will he will be out of the house.
The house is one of the safer
You
spots.
should have
can
him
be.
stay here. There's a little
Exactly.
Have
No,
the sister
immediately.
come over.
Yeah, have her
Oh,
have her
okay.
come over.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like a super spy all of a sudden.
Exactly. This is
Goodness.
the most clerical work I've ever done with this job.
And you're doing it so well, sweetheart.
Thank you. Also, like, I think during all of this, Leah's also been keeping an eye, and like you'll see just little like blips of light in which she's like going to just stir everything while.
Yeah.
It seems like everything's ready. By the way, if we want to eat before the,
Yes, we cannot do counter espionage on an empty stomach. This is
Exactly.
This is law. All right.
Exactly. And I've
Devin!
only eaten pizza for the last month.
Oh my goodness. Let's get a
Yeah.
home cooked meal in your stomach.
Thank you.
Incredible. Devin! What?
You don't have to roleplay the scene with yourself, please. I can't handle it. I'm not strong enough.
I think it's what we all came here for.
Bob, we're right in the middle of a final. I don't care. It is time. Your friend and I have worked very hard. Bob, oh my gosh. Can you give us it will only take 2 minutes for you to stop these rooms. I don't know what that means, Devin. Oh my god, Bob, you're so embarrassing. Oh my god. Oh wow. Okay. Never mind. Sam destroyed us in an instant. I don't know how you did that. Okay. We'll wash my hands. Yes, please. Thank you. And as you all have a absolutely delicious homemade meal, preparing to maybe try and counter ambush Echo, we will take our break as the events have been leading towards this park in this evening. So we will be back. Get up, get some water, take care of yourself, and we'll be back for more unremarkable excitement. And transition! Welcome back to the Unremarkables. After a scrumptiously home-cooked meal, the group is going to pull a sting, I guess. So, I'll lay out the scene before us, and then y'all can tell me what you imagine. So we are in a nice, sprawled out like green. It's a park, but it's like a nice green where it has kind of a row of trees and a little pond, but most of it is just kind of a nice, mostly flat green space. You can see there's like a little peewee soccer event that's like packing up that has like those tiny soccer goals. And there is a group of like a couple dozen people in like incredible style masks with like a couple signs, just like zip around doing some peaceful protesting. Um, right across the street, there is a large government building, which is an embassy for the United Nations, which are, of course, the United Nations minus Sanctum City in this world, because that's the non super world, which is why the protest is here right across the street from it. The rest of the buildings are kind of inconsequential downtown city stuff. So there is the protest, Pee Wee soccer, and then like a series of benches and picnic tables, where you can assume the organization that reached out to Jennifer probably wanted her to be. So, where do you all want to be? How do we want to try and make this go down? That's it.
O team leader.
I want to open the floor up to everyone else because I feel like I've done a lot of talking.
Shouldn't have been co-team leader then. What are you doing, co-team leader?
We're just giving you extra. We're just giving you more spotlight since you missed the last session. We had that whole last session to talk, so we just let you catch up.
This is violent.
Yeah.
No, the one thing Dare always gets its screen time. Don't worry, please. To take a little. I'm off.
No, it's okay. We're not worried. We're not worried. You're good. You go ahead. You shine. This is your time to shine.
All right, this is us at the. We're here at the protests. Did we jump ahead to that or no?
So
okay.
I just set the scene. So the intention was at like we'll say in like 15 minutes, the group that reached out to Jennifer is supposed to meet her at this park. So y'all can hide or watch whoever comes up to meet Jennifer, or you can blend in with the protest or whatever. You just tell me kind of how you want that set up, because at least to your knowledge, you have the drop on this group. So you tell me what kind of situation they're walking into. Are they walking into like, you all have like the holes cut out of newspapers and are watching Jennifer sitting on a park bench? Are you all keeping an eye out while in the protest?
Okay. I think personally, Leah is interspersed in the middle of it all. She moves fast and she looks like someone who's protesting. She's a tall black trans woman with red hair. She looks like someone who's going to be protesting. I think she like blends in pretty seamlessly. I think she's probably wearing a mask just for the general aesthetic of everything, covering eyes and face, so nothing, I think I'm curious as to how is Ethan going to try to fit in, or is he wants to sort of be more background?
I think probably my first instinct was to hide in the shadows, and I ended up just like crouching behind bushes or like doing that stereotypical like hiding behind a tree looking and stuff, and everybody was kind of just like it's not working. That's not working, man. So then I was like, okay, and then ended up just masking it up and kind of trying to blend in with Leia.
Okay. And what about Sam?
I love that us telling you to tell us what to do made you into Rocky. Now you're asking us. I said, tell me, team captain.
I mean, my deputy
because
GM.
Leah wouldn't want to step on your individuality.
Wouldn't want to
Uh,
step on your Pete's, you know.
I
yeah,
think that's how the
yeah.
conversation went too. It's like, all right, what do we do?
Yep.
Well, what do you want to do? I mean,
Exactly.
what are we supposed to
No,
do? I
the
don't want
old
to step
tried
on
and
your
true.
individuality.
I mean, blending in is absolutely the optimal strategy. Blending in is what she would encourage everyone to do. But I
Yeah,
also
how
don't
do you
want to
blend
like
in, Sam?
The tried and
exactly.
true. The tried and true phrase is you can't spell team without I. I will. Is there a fountain, lake, pond, or whatever nearby?
Pond, yeah.
Sure. I'll turn into water and be in the pond.
Incredible.
I have body transmutation that I took as my mutate way, way long ago. So
100%.
Sam just like shrugs when the two of you start going into the crowd. And he goes, I guess I'll blend in too. Just steps into the pond. And as he does, like 3 or 4 inches above him starts to look translucent, like it's turning into water as well. He maintains his shape, but he can transform all of it into water. And he'll just step into it.
Incredible. Yeah, so that's incredibly super cool. Props. So first of all, this protest, you get an idea of what it's about. So obviously there are multiple people, but it seems like one of the like main people that are like a lot of like the signs are referenced to, and some of like the calls and responses is apparently there was like an emergency responder, like a firefighter who used their superpower to save some people um, outside of Sanctum City and was arrested right after because the family like was freaked out, and that has got a lot of people justifiably upset because they're in prison, in custody, and don't have any real forecast of getting released because they kind of broke the. I was about to say unspoken, but actually it's very spoken that you're not supposed to use superpowers in public outside of Sanctum City. So um, there's a lot of like reference to that event going on right now. So I guess my first question is like y'all are blending in. Like how into this protest are you getting? Like there is a couple dozen, like I'd say, let's call like 3 dozen folks right now gathered outside of the um at this park at this moment. Your cousin has like flagged you down, waved you, like given you some masks beforehand and all that good stuff. Um, but it seems to be actually like relatively, maybe not high up is the right word, but like probably helped organize this and is like doing a lot of like the parts of calls and responses.
If Leah has to dictate things, I think I would like sort of Sam keeping surveillance on like any sort of technological things you're hearing, things like calls or and if you hear someone calling out or anything that sounds sus in that way. I think Ethan, I think she would like you to sort of like hear the general vibes of people and like just be interspersed with what's the general energy? Does it feel like a powder keg at any moment? Sort of being in touch in that way. I think Leah, the super speed would help in her sort of navigating between different parts of this crowd and sort of looking out for anyone who looks suspicious at any moment and just sort of getting to do perimeter checks in that way very quickly.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a great plan. So my question is, for you two in the middle of this protest, I mean, how wrapped up are you getting in all of this? Like, are you just doing lip service, like just like the person on the back who's like very unenthusiastically meeting the calls and responses? Like, are you getting swept up in the moment at all? Like, I'm curious. What is like the scene? Like, this is the first protest like this either of you have been to my knowledge at least, in these characters' lives. Like, what is this moment like for you two growing superheroes in this world?
I'm gonna try something very new that could potentially go bad. But we'll see.
What is
I
everything?
would
Anything
like
caught day.
to roll to unleash my power, because what I'm gonna do as soon as Leia gives me an idea as to what she wants from me, um I'm just gonna look at everybody and be like, oh crap, uh and I'm just gonna try this not knowing if it's gonna work or not. So what happens is I look at Leia and I go, watch these for me, please. And he's gonna take his shoes off and his socks off and shove his socks in his shoes and just kind of leave them next to Leia and go, okay, don't think about it, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. And he's just gonna walk into the middle of the crowd and try and he's gonna try and, I guess, send like an kind of an echolocation kind of thing. He's
Mhm.
gonna send out vibrations and then
Yeah.
kind of see what comes back. And if anything's kind of like erratic or like that nervous thing, like
Yeah.
somebody's really just kind of freaking out, he's gonna kind of follow that and see if that leads him anywhere.
Love that so much. 100%. Give me some
So
Avatar Last Airbender vibes.
yeah, we're gonna do some earth bending sensing.
Yeah.
Let me see. What to unleash
Objectively
my
the best
powers.
bending
Unleash
in
my
that world.
powers
Freak.
is freak. Okay, thank
Mhm.
you. And my freak is, I think I had something for that. Oh
Uh,
yeah, here it is. Growing. Hmm. No, I'm not gonna use that right now.
ew.
All right, I'm just gonna roll plus freak.
Great.
All right. Come on, big money. Don't think about it. Yeah. It's a 7.
7 is just what you need to
Yeah.
not have things go bad.
Not just kill everybody in an earthquake.
Yay. So, on a hit, on a 7 to 9, you either mark a condition or I tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I do not want to mark another condition yet, so I will
Can you give me
definitely
the
let you.
gift of
Heck yeah, you
narrative control?
holla at me. Let me know how it goes.
Incredible. Yeah. So what I'll say is you send out like an initial pulse and it's just a lot of data. It works a little too well. Um and so you are like a little thrown off like to do that again you not only have to roll again but I'm going to say you're going to have to give it a little bit of a cooldown on your next attempt to do this. What I will say is there are a couple so first of all there's a lot of movement inside the embassy, which isn't necessarily weird. It's a government building and there's a protest going across the street, but like that's just noteworthy that there's like a lot of movement going on inside of that. And you can narrow down to like a couple of vehicles parked along the street that there's like a little more movement. Like there's like a couple vans and like service vehicles that have like people inside them, you think, but it's so much data that you can't quite tell exactly. You can tell like a general area of where there might be people. Like I mean it could just be people like doing their job, but it could also be something you're not sure. um in the end.
Okay. I think Leah is, I think, interested in actually listening to what's being said. I think the other thing she did want to do is true, which is wanting to sort of see if she recognizes anyone from school who might be sympathetic. Just because that wouldn't be bad to develop more school friendships, honestly.
What? Weird. Yeah. Go ahead and give me an assess the situation, and for each for each question that you would get, I'll give you a person that you recognize from school.
Roll what?
So assess the situation, which is superior.
Okay, perfect. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh
And if you
boy.
have anything that like helps with this situation, like move wise, you can let me know.
Let me see. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a superior, and I'm not good at that. Does anyone wanna give me a +1?
I mean, you could always act selfishly. You could spend team.
True.
We're so
True.
spread
Shift
out.
your
I think
labels.
that's gonna be your best bet.
Shift
Yeah,
your
I think I
labels.
will shift my mundane down a little bit and my superior up one to make it a 7.
Perfect. Nobody
Um,
needs to. Nobody needs to be able to do
I
more.
mean, she's been feeling more like a leader and having to
Yeah.
be in charge in a way that this does justify. I just hate it for me.
It's very justified. And don't worry, mundane's only used for like comfort and support and stuff like that. So,
I had the mental image of the two of us, Seismic and Gigaflop, with sticks poking a jellyfish that had red hair, saying, "Lead, lead us."
uh, you recognize Virginia Vati from school, who you might remember from the girl who likes to write notebooks and thought she knew your secret identity and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
had a crush
we're
on
still
you.
friends. Yeah, no, we're still
Yeah,
good, right?
totally.
Oh yeah, the
Right.
one that you just abruptly and rudely dumped in the mall. Yeah, that
Don't
girl's
imply that
super
we're.
cool.
I'll go up and say hi.
I'm
You're gonna go up and say hi?
Leah might go. And Leah's hard to.
like,
Yeah, Leah'll say hi. Leah'll make sure that. Leah, I think what you're seeing is Leah doing math and realizing, oops, in real time. I think Leah will go up. And like I think she'll do the like accidental bump in move of like, oh, oop, oh hey.
I'm so sorry. Wait.
Hey, hey,
You
hey.
you and oh no. Hmm, uh,
Hey, 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 hey. It's okay. We're good. I know you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I bumped into you. I'm so sorry.
I'm so
What are
embarrassed.
you
No, not
apologizing
just
for?
about that. I'm so sorry. I'm so. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hey, how are you doing? It's
I'm
been
great.
a minute,
Yeah.
admittedly. I've.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm. It's. It's been busy and hectic for a
Yeah.
lot of reasons
Me
lately.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Mhm.
Yeah, so good.
I want to say sorry, by the way, about the
I'm so
mall.
sorry.
No,
I
you
was
didn't do.
drunk.
Hey, hey,
I was drunk and high. I was both. I was all
hey,
of
hey, hey,
those.
hey, 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 hey,
Yep,
hey,
that was
hey,
me. I do
hey,
the drug.
hey. I'm legitimately apologizing. I
Oh,
was hostile in a way that I absolutely did not.
no, I
You did
shouldn't have tried
absolutely did
to
not
out you
deserve.
or anything, PJ.
No, I misunderstood the context, and admittedly, I'm not the most emotionally intelligent person. I want to apologize. I think I think I understand the context now. Um, we're good. We're good on my end. But
Cool.
that's why I'm apologizing to you. So
Oh,
it's up to you
well, I'm
to.
also sorry because well, I don't know if there's like a protocol or a real way to. I just like I just thought I had like picked up on fives and
Real recognize real, and I looked familiar. I get it. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right. Right.
uh,
If
also, are you okay? You and your friends have been like called out of school for a little bit. Are you like for like the rest of the last week? Are you good?
uh, it's been a lot. A lot's happened. The family stuff been
Oh,
unreal. Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah,
that's like.
yeah. Sometimes, your house gets attacked.
Oh,
And
well,
that's
mine
not
doesn't,
cool.
but I'm sorry.
It's fine. We're good though.
Okay,
If
good.
you ever want to talk about oh god, I can't say it like that. Leah's realizing immediately it's not like commitment talk.
Apologies.
If
Okay.
if you ever want to talk about the
Normal stuff.
the like
Yeah. School.
she like
I would
makes a
love to
little like
talk about school sometime.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm still a club member technically. I know I've been really out of
Oh,
school for a
yeah.
while.
Art club. We should talk about art and
Exactly. Art
clubs.
would be such a good talk.
Yeah.
Is there
Hmm.
anyone else from school here, by the way?
I don't know. I've been. You're the first person who I've looked at. I don't like talking to people. I don't
No, I
try
get
that
it.
much.
It's
I
yeah,
just
no.
wanted to also thought it would be. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's important, but I don't like people.
No,
People are bad.
I get you. I get you.
Well,
Um,
that's not true. I like people. Like I like writing about people. People are interesting. They're like really
People
good dramatic
conceptually are great.
tools.
People
Yeah,
conceptually, exactly. Yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
I'm I'm conceptually a fan of people.
Yeah, yeah. In practice, there's like some
It's
people are great, but
too
like
much, too
it's
messy.
yeah,
No
yeah.
good.
Oh boy, you're right. Yeah.
You get
Uh,
like dumped in a shoe store, and it's like no good. Sorry.
yeah. What a concept. Dumped.
I don't. That's yeah. That's not the right word. Shut down. I don't. I
Ooh.
don't. Anyway, wow, this was cool meeting you here, and I should.
Yeah, don't be a stranger. For real. Once again, I am sorry.
Yeah.
Am
Yeah.
I just
Thanks.
awkward with every girl I talk to? Leah just mutters to herself and like,
And it's one of those things of the panel shows both of them saying the same thing to themselves,
oh no.
but neither of the but like the other can't hear it.
Oh gosh. Well,
Cool.
I think
I like
yeah.
I like your shirt. Okay, that's this is too much talking. I've done more talking than I do most days. Thank
You're
you
fine.
for your
Yeah, love your
apology.
shoes.
Oh,
Leah
thanks.
immediately does another perimeter check, like as soon as like we like line of sight is broken.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing really seems too amiss at this point. Um,
How's Devin's mom doing?
she looks terrified. Like she's like sitting there, like trying to like nonchalantly look at her phone, but she's like pretty, like sweating pretty hard. Like not like she's not smooth.
Uh,
She looks like someone who's
she looks like someone who's wearing a wire.
a little bit. She looks like a narc.
Oh boy. I think I just text the team. Hey, I don't know if you remember Victoria. Um, she seems cool and maybe super related in some way.
Forgot, was
She might.
Ethan there at the mall?
No,
Not
it
Okay,
was
for
me,
that
okay,
Fantasia, and
conversation. I think
Umbra.
yeah,
yeah, that was just
yeah. I
a
don't. Yeah, okay.
fem
Yeah,
trip.
you've known. I like we. I think all you might have overheard like the club talk initially.
Mhm.
No, I
But
just
yeah.
mainly meant for that
Yeah.
situation.
No,
Because I was gonna
the
be like,
only
"Oh, the girl
person.
you dubbed."
Nah. Now, if Ethan has heard anything about that is outside of my control.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Leah's not the type to get rumors about her.
No,
Right.
only people that would have. Well, we haven't been to school in months, so
Not months. It's been like a week.
Two, the
Yeah.
only other people that would have said anything probably to Ethan about it would have been either Leia or Fantasia. So yeah, I
Fantasia
doubt
might have.
he's heard anything. Well, they
Cool.
haven't had like a sit down hangout time to
True.
talk, so
True. Yeah, you were going through it.
So we will cut away from that incredibly high school conversation to like super spy one with the water armored nuclear gigaflop. Can you give me an assess the situation?
Keep making me roll this, and I keep telling you, God, you keep making me roll this, and it never gets
Well,
any
if
better.
you stop trying to assess situations,
I'm not. I'm hiding.
Well,
But
okay,
it's
if
an
you don't want to
optimal-
be keeping
it's
a
an
lookout,
optimal place to be keeping a lookout.
yeah.
5 failure again.
Oh, hey, there's that potential you've been wanting.
I need
You're
one
welcome.
more, and then I'm leaving all of you forever. We're on a clock,
Yeah,
baby.
there's like, I mean, this is a not too like this is a fairly busy park, so like people walk past her all the time, but like there's someone who like whose kid like trips in front of her and they have to like pick them up, and it's like people carrying like the pee-wee soccer stuff and cones and all that past her and a bunch of stuff, but nothing that seems sinister or of note. Um, and you don't see any kind of um, poor activity. I will say probably there's a lot of just like digital activity happening in the embassy behind, which is maybe a little distracting because at the very least you would probably be aware of it in some capacity, because it's an embassy and there's a protest
And I'm
going on
also
outside of it.
water for the first time. So
That too. You're a completely different state of matter, so that's a vibe, all in itself. So after a little bit of time, you all see how do I say this? Jennifer and the bench starts floating in the air. It just starts lifting up into the air, and she looks beyond like, oh my god, I have no, I'm so sorry. Is like just like not very high up, like half a foot in the air, but just like right there in the middle of the park, just floating in the air, hovering never so lazily.
does she have an expression of losing control of her powers, scared, or just a little embarrassed?
I mean, right now looks more so embarrassed. She doesn't seem to be like, oh my gosh, this has never happened. This is out of the realm of possibility. But because it's not like again that high. But she looks definitely embarrassed. She definitely seems to think this is a her thing. Yeah.
Just making sure it wasn't a mob psycho situation, like, get everyone clear.
Doesn't seem to be that at the moment. What do you? Anything you all want to do in reaction to that?
I think Ethan would still be kind of like sensing or no, I because you said it was just a quick like boom boom and it just overloaded with a bunch of sensory
Yeah,
information,
well,
right?
because think about it. Like your brain is only used to processing information like from one direction. Like this is like
Yeah,
360 degrees information of like a busy
from
street.
multiple,
So
yeah.
yeah, so like you've recovered from that. I'll say by now because it's been a
Okay.
little bit. But go ahead.
So
What
I
would
would
you do?
probably if I saw her
Mhm.
kind of floating, I would just kind of walk over and just kind of sit on the bench. Oh, I'd walk by Leia, grab my shoes and then go sit on the bench to put my shoes back on, hopefully bringing the bench back down.
Okay, as you approach the bench, I would like you to roll. Let's
Charisma
go.
saving throw.
Yeah. Uh, Go ahead and roll your superior here.
Okie dokie. Superior. Ooh, that's a high number.
Oh, good.
Yeah, a high 0.
0 total.
Oh, snap, but that's a 10 on the dice.
10 on the
Yeah.
dice. So, as you get close to the bench, you start to feel gravity is not correct, and you start to feel your body getting like pulled up, and you are able to basically like step outside of where you feel that field is and dash
Mhm.
through to the bench and sit on it. To which Jennifer seems, oh my goodness, you should probably not. I'm so sorry. As like you sitting down on it doesn't seem to change because it's not that the like bench is floating; it's that gravity currently is reversed. To like not to agree that it's all the
Mhm.
way because you're not like shot into space, but like gravity is
Seismic's blasting
wrong.
off again.
Yeah. Uh, I'm so sorry. I normally this
Are
is
Are you okay? Is there anything
and
I can do to help?
and she looks down, and I'm assuming your eyes follow with, and you can
Mhm.
see those like boot things that she's wearing. There's like a piece of tech jammed into one of them, and it is like on the like clearly on the fritz, like
Mm.
sparking and broken. Seems to be somebody sabotaged them while she was sitting.
So then,
Oh my
I
God.
will.
You should go. You should go. You should go. I'll be okay. I can. I'll be okay. You should go. I don't want you to.
So I am gonna whip out my phone, and while it's like starting to lift up,
Yeah.
he's gonna text Leia and Sam and be like, "Help! Help! Help! Devin's mom!"
We're like 20 yards away.
Yeah.
See you.
He's
Uh,
panicking. All right.
Yeah. Crap.
So yeah, at this point as well, Gigaflop, you start to see the look on Devin's mother's face go from like, oh, silly me, to also like, oh no, oops, this is bad. And you
Uh,
as well, Leah.
can I roll to use my powers to very quickly like move through here, just like pull it down and like disappear exceedingly fast?
So you want to just like put the bench back down on the ground?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just try to like I don't want to draw too much attention to it, so like just be in and out as quick as possible.
Yeah, that'll
If
definitely
that
be an
is the
unleash
thing.
your powers.
This
All
is
right.
Legionnaire setting it up for me to spike it here in a second. So
Great.
let's hope it works.
Looking forward to it.
How much team do we have?
Oh my
That's a
God.
great question. So,
No, that just makes
do you
me
have
think like,
influence over both of these people, Leah?
I'd like to. Do I? I think so, right?
I don't know if you have
Maybe.
influence over
I
Sam.
never know about. I never know about.
Well, I don't. I don't keep track of that for y'all. So, if you
I
Let
can't
me
don't
double
remember.
think
check
so,
real quick. Like,
I feel like last time Sam and I had a talk like this, we were actually doing pretty good.
yeah.
Now Ethan, on the other hand, we fight every other session, so
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if I
but
didn't have one this weekend.
surprisingly enough, you have influence over me.
Good.
Hell
I
yeah.
keep track of mine, and all three of you have influence over me, and I have influence
Beautiful.
over all three of you.
Incredible.
Okay, so I had influence over all of y'all, and it felt weird.
Great.
Okay, perfect.
Do either of you mistrust Leah in any way right now?
Nope.
Nah. It's
Okay.
boring, but no.
Well, I will say we have 3 team in the pool then.
Let me burn another team selfishly. Leah's going to not want to draw too much attention to herself. So this means she's going to up her freak, and she's going to feel a little bit, once again, a little less super, or a little less mundane about it once again, as all of this responsibility has made her have to be a superhero.
Yeah.
So she's just going to very quickly try to do that, but unfortunately, that's only a 7.
Well, that's a 7. So, would you like to mark influence, or have me tell you how your effect is unstable or temporary?
Oh, there's a condition here.
Great.
Insecure, because it's the most Leah condition.
Great.
Honestly, like
I mean,
she's
yeah,
not,
you
she
did
was
bring
not
this woman
prepared.
here being like, it's going to be okay, and now someone has gotten the drop on you.
Yeah.
And her.
Yeah, Leah's been deeply not prepared to take this much
Responsibility.
this much of the reins. Yeah.
Well, you just got told that you're like the linchpin of your entire family's superpowers. I don't see what the big deal is here. Great. So yes, like to everyone else's eyes, the bench all of a sudden is no longer floating. Just no longer floating, just on the ground. You see it's like slowly starting to wobble back, but it is currently on the ground. And Sam, sounded like you had something you wanted to do.
So this seems like I never get to roll. This seems like a defend situation.
I love
Defend
that.
someone or something from an immediate threat. And the immediate threat would be breaking free of this earthly tether and flying
Yeah!
into the fucking sky.
I love
So
it.
my question is,
Mhm.
do you think I don't believe I would be able to do this with the as water situation. I would have to take my normal form.
Yes.
Obviously, that's a conceit that would have to happen. Do you think that I could interface with this tech from a distance, or would I need to be there to interface with this tech?
I would say if you interface it remotely and you get a medium success, there will be a little more complication, but you can try it.
I don't think that her powers are a deadly threat at the moment, so
Okay.
I will try to do it from a distance. So all it really is there's this rush of water, like a wave that comes out of nowhere, and it splashes onto the edge of this pond, and it's just this big lump that forms, and then it's Giga Flop again, and he's still like on his hands with his belly stuck into the mud, and he'll try to interface with this thing. His green eyes kind of swivel and turn into diamonds, yellow diamonds, and he
Great.
tries to interface with the item.
And do you
Now,
have
do
some
you
kind
want-
of move that lets you do this with Freak when you use your powers or something?
No, I was just going to roll a regular defend. But let me
Great.
look.
Go ahead. It's going to be plus Savior.
Wish I could be. Nope. Coming for you. Nope. Be the monster. I could intimidate it. I don't know. I
Maybe
think
not
it'd
the
just be a
most.
regular defend. Do you need an unleash to connect to the advice?
No,
the device?
that seems within your wheelhouse. That doesn't feel like pushing yourself. So
So that
I'll give
is
that to
an
you.
8 because I have a +3 savior.
Okay. So what I'm gonna say is that it's not gonna be the choice. You're gonna mark a condition, and I'm gonna tell you why it's unstable or temporary.
For a defend?
Oh, sorry. Yes. For defend. On a 7 to 9,
Expose
it
yourself
costs
to
you.
danger or escalate the situation, but I can
Yep.
add a team to the pool, take influence over someone I protect, or clear a condition.
Yep.
So
So first, go ahead and choose one.
yeah, choose one. I'm going to add a team to the pool so Leia can use it selfishly.
Great. So we're back up to 3.
Yeah.
So
it was no net cost to keep them with their cover intact at least.
Great.
And I expose myself to danger or escalate the situation.
Yes. So you go into the device that is on Jennifer's legs, and it seems to just be like jammed by something that's plugged into it. So you go to try and like interface with the like device that's messing with it, and in doing so, you connect yourself to the like system that device is working off of, and all of a sudden you are inundated with like malware, like the programming that is inside this device that's meant to disrupt devices goes into you. So I'm going to say that you are stunned for the moment. I'm going to give both Leah and Ethan one more time if they want to try anything now that the bench is down before something else happens.
Is Sam like just kind of stuck there? Like if you touch a live wire and you just get stuck to it, kind of thing? Like your body seizes up and you're
The
still.
Sam right now is it just like a wave
The edge of a
crashed onto the
pond.
ground.
Mhm.
I'm at the edge of a pond looking over at the table, and my eyes are doing the processing circles.
Yeah, we have like the wheels of
I'm
doom.
stuck in processing, trying to clear out whatever malware is inflicting my system. But
Mhm.
the shit's not floating for right now, at least.
Yes.
Yeah. And that shard is, or whatever was jammed into her thing, is still there.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna, as smooth as he is going to very stealthily fumble his shoe accidentally. And when he reaches like over by her foot, and then when he reaches for it, he's gonna be like, "Here, let me see if I can help." And he's going to try and he's gonna grab the piece and try and like vibrate it out of it. Like try, instead of just shaking it, he's just gonna do that at like super high frequency.
Okay. So this is going to be a little weird, but I want you to directly engage a threat.
Alrighty. I'm gonna blow this woman's ankle straight off. All right, so engage a threat.
So this is just plus your danger, unless you want to like
Oh
charge up your
god.
burn and use
Oh
your
god.
flares.
I would like to, yes, because my danger is -2. So I
Okay.
would like to do that. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll plus condition then.
All right, that's better. Let's do that.
Well, we'll see.
That is a 12.
Ooh, wait, is that good for you? Yes, it is. Roll
Yes.
3 burn.
Yes. So now that I have 3 burn, I will you said directly engage a threat?
Yep.
Okay, so then yes. So then yeah, I'll do reality storm to roll with freak instead of danger.
And
So
do you
that
wanna
is
spend
a
an extra
entire
burn?
4 points of difference.
And do you
Oh
want
yes,
to-
no, I do want to spend an extra burn because I don't want to collaterally damage this woman's whole body.
I'm
So,
so proud of you. So go ahead and roll plus freak.
fuck it, let's see what happens. Hey Devin, we saved most of your mom. All right, let's see. That is going to be a 10.
10 is
Yep.
incredible. So you get to choose 2. I will say all of these will be relevant, even though it might be a little weird with the information you have right now. So
Okay.
resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. I will say, like, taking this off can be you're taking something from them. It can
Yeah,
be
that's what
disabling
that was going to be the
device.
first one. Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely that was going to be the first one to take something from them.
Mhm.
And I get hurt every single session. Let's try and avoid getting hurt. So I would damn. Okay, they're about 30 feet deep in a phone, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I want to not get hit. She jumps up, yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should.
I'm always
Damn.
listening. Don't worry.
Oh, damn. But yes,
Listen.
apparently
They're-
the consensus agrees.
They're
So
not here to sway you. They're just things they have opinions about what might be a better and what might be a worse option. And yeah, so
yeah,
you
so
reach down,
let's do
grab,
that.
and I imagine just like crush this device in your hand. And like as soon as you pull up your hand, a dart filled with a blue like liquid flies right where your hand was. A very similar dart that you've seen used by Echo agents, for instance, when they attacked the Lilac household and beneath the
So
museum.
I'm gonna look in that direction to see like where it came from and see if I see anyone.
Yeah, and then you see
suspicious.
like Uncle Eddie's carpet cleaner, like big white van, tinted windows.
Oh, I'm charging it.
Great. Roll to directly engage a threat.
Yes. I will use Reality Storm since I have 1 point left,
Yeah.
but I have 1 point left.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Let that collateral damage fly. That is a 9.
Okay.
I
Yes.
will spend a team selfishly from the pool
Okay.
to make
your
that
labels.
a 10.
So
All right.
shift your freak up and something else down.
I learned it from watching you, Dare. Freak up. And we're gonna do a little down on the mundane.
Everyone's becoming less mundane here. Lovely. Love
All
it
right.
for us. And you again get to pick two options here.
Oh, out of the same ones?
Yep. So resist or
Okay.
avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity, impress, surprise, or frighten.
I definitely want to impress, surprise, or frighten, mainly frighten.
Mhm.
And I think I want to take something from them.
Okay. Incredible. And I'm just gonna quickly, for myself, and the audience, for Reality Storm, if you do use the Reality Storm, you will cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn. So
Yeah,
this
and I
has to
did not have. Yeah, I did not have another burn, so I knew it was coming.
So, what happens? What happened was, so you like launch yourself at here. You tell me how are you attacking this van? Like, are you
Okay,
just
so
throwing
what
yourself,
happens
turning
is
open?
I'm like, I throw my shoe down. And I'm like, oh, here, let me see if I can help. And he grabs it and he focuses and he and then pulls it out and then crushes it. And that's when the bench just jumps down at like couple inches. It was starting to rise again.
Exactly.
And as soon as he does that, he's like, aha! He's like, this was the issue. And then the dart hits, and sees that van, and I mean, without which actually I wanted to ask if I could get rid of the afraid condition. I think it was afraid or insecure, whichever one it is, to like run off and do something without discussing anything with anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna literally just bolt towards it, and then like right before, like when I get close to it, I'll crouch down and I will like expend energy through my feet to propel myself, and then whenever I hit it, I'm gonna just dump whatever energy I have left into
Just gonna
the
dump it
contact.
into the side of the van.
Yes,
Great. So
to try and immobilize it.
you to try and immobilize it.
Yeah, that's my intention.
Got it. So
What happens
this
is
van is going to be so immobile, as what happens is all four wheels shoot like bullets out of the van. Like they are gone, and you see two roughly tire-sized holes appear in the side of the embassy and on like the two shops as they just like completely shatter, and you hear like alarms go off as like the Starbucks on one side of the street and the embassy have just two massive tire holes as this van is completely immobilized. As you do, a couple people like fly out of the back of the van, and a like headset flies like almost into your hands in this moment
Mhm.
as like everything is like shot out of this van as and then like cracks in the pavement like as everything goes up, and you hear then in a couple other areas as like there's the classic action movie like like cars like starting
Mhm.
going from nothing to incredibly fast as like three vehicles pierce away like
So yeah,
just booking it.
I'm just
um
gonna scream out Legionnaire and Gigaflop. I'm just
yeah.
gonna yell both of those as loud as I can,
So
and then kind of just point to the cars.
at this time I will say, Gigaflop, you're back in action because the van that had all the electronic equipment just got immobilized as it was put. Um, and so I will say there are three distinct vehicles that are shooting away from the park at this moment. There's another van, and then there's two more cars. And there are two separate directions that they are going at this moment. What do you two want to do?
So I guess if I could, I would. Are
Well,
you
you
gonna
just
come by? Okay. I
yeah.
was gonna ask Leia something. That's what
Okay, go
all
ahead.
I was gonna do. So I was just wondering if you would run by my direction, or if you would
Me?
like come towards me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because if you came to me, I see that this van is done. So then I would see the other 3, and I would just tell you to take me to 1 and drop me off. That way we can
Okay.
cover the other 3. Because I know I can't run towards them.
All right. Yeah, I will absolutely do that. I will also ask, is Sam nearby? Conceptually.
Sam's back at the park, so not that far
Okay.
away, like across the street,
Okay.
but like you'd have to shout for Sam to hear you.
Okay.
Like Sam is just now standing up because
I
they were
know.
stunned. But...
The thing is,
Hmm?
I know Sam can get to one of them. I know it, but I know what that costs.
You don't. No, you don't. You don't know. Only Dare knows. Legionnaire doesn't.
True. True. All right. I will sort of, I think, just shoot you a message. I think dropping maybe like a pin, like kind of like how you can send a location.
Yeah.
Of which ones that the one I'm going after and the one I'm dropping Ethan off at. And just letting you know there's one more. And yeah, I'll drop. Do I have to roll anything to be able to drop Ethan off at one?
No. So the cool thing about mass is if it's not a stretch of your powers, you don't have to roll, and catching up to a car is so easy for Leah. That's baby shit. So you do not have to roll to drop Ethan off at a car and then catch up to one.
Beautiful. Okay.
That's the system, baby. I want to go over to Gigaflop, and we'll get to those other 2 vehicles in just a second. What are you doing, ma'am?
I'm just going to assume they're going after the cars because they're identical and they're going after 2 the same targets.
So yeah, Leah showed you the van and the car that are going off together. They're going off. She and Ethan are going off one of those. So there's one car that separated different direction.
I'll physically see them running that way too.
Yeah.
I guess I will.
Say the line.
I guess I'm going to mark my doom track.
Yeah.
Is that your
Fill the
Is
doom
that your
track.
second to last? Is that your penultimate doom sign?
It is, which makes me take my doom sign burning bright. And that's just some crap about a sanctuary I don't have. But I don't want to use portal because it says mark your doom track to appear in a scene with anyone you want, and I don't know who's in the car, right?
Sure.
That's the trick, and I don't want to stretch it too far because it's already such an incredible power. So instead, I will mark my doom track to use infinite powers.
Yeah.
And I will borrow the power from the Reformed for Ferrokinesis. And when I see this car kind of zipping off between the buildings, way off in the distance, like way beyond the pond, it's kind of... And when it cuts between 2 buildings, Gigaflop holds out that big 3-fingered hand and just pulls. And when he does, he jerks the car off of the road and back towards the pond.
Incredible. As this like 100% like a GTA car, just like screeching across the road, no care for the traffic laws whatsoever. All of a sudden, just immediately, it's almost like someone hit the rewind button and just gets like dragged back. Do you want to just like fully into the pond to like stop it from going anywhere?
Sure, but this is the first time that I used it, and usually we do an unleash your powers for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see how effective.
14.
Yeah. So exactly what you want happens.
So when it peels and it's kind of going straight away, like they're just like tires are smoking, and then it comes off of the ground, and the top nose of the car lifts up. They're like, what? And then it just slingshots back fast as hell, as fast as the volleyball from last session.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm going to drop it into the pond because I don't want anybody to die, right? But I will sling it as far back towards me as possible and try and stick it in the muddy bank of this pond where I
Yeah.
just washed up.
As
just
as
like a
as the
lawn
wheels
dart.
just dig themselves into the muddy ground,
Yep.
this thing is done for. And you see the like 3 echo agents are like panically looking around, like, what do we do now?
Cease and desist.
I mean, you could just roll to provoke someone here. It sounds like
What is a provoke? You
superior.
gonna tell me that that's a superior again?
I
Of course.
mean, if you were fighting them,
I can't
you
say
could...
much because my danger and superior is 0, my Monday is -1. I'm just a savior and a freak, all right? We'll try it, sure. Hey, an 8. Look at that.
8, great. So they can instead choose one. They stumble, you take +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity. They overreact, you gain influence over them. I'll definitely say you're going to gain a critical opportunity as just like they're clearly like thrown off guard. They're not sure what to do. So you will be able to do whatever you feel like is necessary, but we're going to cut over. So Leah, you've dropped Ethan off at do you want to drop Ethan off on the van or the car?
Dealer's choice. Ethan, do you want to be dropped off in the van or the car?
I just told you to take me to one of them. I guess whichever one. I guess is closer. I mean, I just left it up to you. I just told you to take me to one of them.
Stop doing that to me.
Leader,
Okay.
leader.
Yeah.
Considering
I guess the only
the van
question
could take
is,
more
would it be the
punishment
closest
from
one?
your powers.
Okay, so there we go.
Yes.
Because I am
hate
not going to
having
be
answers.
gentle.
Exactly what I figured. Yeah, van would be able to take your hits better without hurting people.
Great.
Being in charge is tiring. I miss Ruby.
Hey,
Well,
Ruby, we're going to need you to play. Why? Because I don't want to be in charge.
Because that's
I'm
what roommates do.
adults.
Yeah.
And they were roommates. So you drop Ethan off at the van, and now you are at a like tinted windowed car screeching down the road. What do you want to do?
You know how Superman sometimes just like abuses his powers to like really embarrass somebody?
Yeah.
I think while running next to it, she just rips the door off and says, now you know. You gotta stop. Sit down.
This is incredible. I love this a lot. I think that honestly, my gut is I want you to roll to unleash your powers to just the power of the stunt. How bad do you stunt on these fools?
Oh my gosh. I'm sick of it. When I use my team selfishly, by the way, does it still count for the experience or no? I wanted to make sure because I've done this 3 times tonight.
If you don't fail the roll, you don't.
Okay, I wanted to know because I've had to do this 3 times tonight.
You either get potential or you succeed.
Is there still team?
Yeah, there's still 3.
Oh gosh, okay. Then I'm doing it again apparently.
Yeah, 2.
Wait, no. Actually, it's a 7 because I did use team earlier. Never mind.
Okay.
It is just a 7 normally.
Okay.
Getting sick of this.
Do you want a marking condition or you want me to tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary?
I think unstable would work just because I think she ripped a bit more off than she was expecting.
Yeah, well, so you tear like half the car side off, and you see like some terrified echo agents, and then they just level a gun at you through the open side of the car and are going to take some shots. So now are you getting out of right of fire, or what's the move as they are intimidated, but not like, oh, we should surrender. It's like, oh, we should take out this threat. Intimidated.
If depending on what they do, if I can engage first, I'm going to do fight the good fight. If they're going to shoot me first, I'm going to do never give up, never surrender. Either way, like
Yes.
It just
So
depends
it'd
on who's
be
moving first.
it'd be you. So you rolled in to directly engage a threat, and then never
Yep.
give up, never surrenders if you take a powerful blow.
Yep. So it's just I don't know if they're shooting before I get to react or not.
No, you 100%. If you're like, yeah, I'm gonna try to not have them shoot me. Go ahead and roll to directly engage a threat.
Beautiful. All right. So with fight the good fight, that's a 10.
Whoo! So I believe you get to pick two. You just can't pick impress, surprise, or frighten.
Yep. I'm going to take something from them, that being their weapons.
Yeah.
I think in this
Just throw
in
them
this
into the street.
yeah, in this supreme humbling, just going to snatch them from them, and then create an opportunity for my allies. In which are they using a radio or some sort of walkie?
100%. They all are wearing earpieces.
I think I'm just going to sound loud enough and clear enough that the other people will know that like I have compromised one of them, and like just so it like maybe throws them off or makes them a little bit more nervous to make it
Okay.
easier for the other teams to succeed. It's like when Batman gets somebody and then the other people are like, oh no, where'd they go?
Okay, great. So just to be clear, you're not choosing to resist or avoid their blows then.
That's fine. No, I'm fine
Okay.
with taking a hit.
Mark down on your character sheet contaminant, if you could.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sure.
As again, some of those darts with bluish liquid do manage to impact with you before you just toss their guns like child playthings and they shatter on the street.
Okay.
And at that point, yeah, the driver starts like pulling to the side, like these people are fanatics. They really don't like superheroes, but they're not stupid. They're not idiots. And so that car seems mostly done. So cutting back over to Ethan. So you are where did Ethan want to be dropped? Like on top on the van? Like what's the plan?
Yeah, I think it was just throw me at, like toss me to it.
Yeah.
So I assume probably since I can't run after it, I assume Leia just kind of like tossed me like on the hood, I assume.
Sure.
And the moment I make contact, I just again drop whatever power I have in me on it.
Okay.
So I don't have reality storm, so I actually got to roll.
You could power up again.
Oh, I can? Oh, I didn't know how many times
You
I
can
could
do that as much as you want. Just you could get a bunch of conditions if you do poorly.
Cool. Well,
Of course, I'm never gonna stop you.
let's see what I got. Yeah, I got that. Let's try.
Roll plus your conditions.
Yeah. That's gonna be a 10.
What? How many conditions you have?
3.
Well,
Sitting
you
in
get
that
3
sweet
more.
spot, baby.
All right, get 3 burn. Tell me what you're
All
doing
right.
with it.
So then I will.
You could reality storm and overcharge if you wanted. Of course, then you do collateral damage. But,
Oh, actually, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I am going to worship.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do is as soon as Leia lets go of me and I grab onto the van, I will essentially dump my powers into this vehicle to just disassemble it as it's moving. So it will just cease to be put together. Like it will just fall apart into pieces, like almost comedically like a cartoon where it's just sitting on that like little axle, just the tires and the axle just sitting there rolling. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit there as exactly what JB put in as a gift. Yes.
Bluesmobile falling
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
Blues Brothers.
So I'm gonna
Beautiful.
do that, and then as soon as it comes to a stop, hop off and just stare at them like, "Are we gonna keep going?"
Incredible. So, worship is putting on a tremendous display of your might to on audience to silence, respect, or attention when you unleash your powers. So go ahead and
Oh,
roll
okay.
to unleash your powers. Yep.
Okay.
Hey, that you did that. You avoided having to roll danger though. So
Yeah.
look at you go.
All right. So then, roll to unleash is freak.
Freak. Yep, that's your
Okay,
good one.
Yeah. All right. Roll to unleash my powers with freak.
Mhm.
Oh God. So now that
Oh,
that's gonna be a 6.
is your freak already +3?
Yeah, it's maxed.
Ooh.
And we have the colorless cutout panels from old editions of our comic that show you collapsing the roof, show you destroying the road. Show you...
The only thing is, your friend JB is very nice and took a hit to give you an opportunity, which I will give you a +1 forward to make that 6 a 7, because
I love you, JB.
or sorry, not JB.
Oh,
Dare was
I
so
love you,
kind.
Dare.
Dare was so
I love
kind
both
as
of
to
y'all.
get
Consider it payback
contaminated.
for the clip I got earlier.
So that will be a mixed
A
success.
7, yes.
So you know the drill: condition or unstable or temporary.
I think we're gonna do condition.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Time out. No. So I don't have 3 condition. No, I do have 3 I'm sorry, 3 burns. I was wrong though, because I did get rid of 1 condition, remember? Because I
Okay.
ran off and attacked the van. So
You
that
did.
would have been a 9 instead of a 10 when I
Okay.
rolled my overcharge.
All that
my
means is you're
burn.
back up to 3 conditions.
Okay.
And as long as you aren't hopeless, then that's fine.
No, I'm not hopeless.
Okay, great.
So
go up to
then
4 then, if you
yeah.
want to take one for this unleash your powers.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take 4,
Great,
and I'm just gonna be real pissed off.
great. 1 condition away from being knocked out of the fight, no problem.
I'm sorry, Dare. I tried.
As
I
the
can't
van
help it.
just completely, just like the Blues Brothers clip, just like that perfect gift from JB, just just like all the pieces just clatter onto the pavement of the street, and there's just a bunch of agents as we get the like wide angle shot of Gigaflop just standing in front of this like completely rutted car with these agents just kind of like confusedly holding their hands up. Leah just having tossed aside these guns and this other car pulled to the side of the road, and now fully just a bunch of agents like on their asses on the street because they were seated in a van and now they're just seated on the pavement. And we can see again they're in like full like tactical gear, like visors and earpieces, like Kevlar vests and like these like dart guns and all of that. And one of them looks to be an older woman of color, just like stands up, and there's just something that kind of like clicks with you for a second, Ethan, and she like looks at you and it's like, hold on, son. And that's where we'll end this episode of the Unremarkables, as we finally pay back on that long ago post-credit sequence we had where we saw, and we'll have to find out what happens next time in this confrontation on Woo! So we're gonna go around and find out where we can find the rest of these lovely, wonderful people. And of course, we have to do that randomly. So I'll just roll my second die of the evening. All right. So if the man of the hour, Big B, is our post credit sequence baby. If you can, where can we find you and your wonderful content when we're not here?
Oh my god. Hello everyone. Big B's again. The guy whose character is about to have all sorts of shit go down that he is not ready for. So you can find me on my channel at big_bees, randomly streaming. Actually, you can find me, speaking of streams, you can find me tomorrow night with this beautifully bearded man on the cast with me, JB. We will be eating hot wings and hot sauce as we raise money for charity, and it's going to be an awesome time. I'm going to give y'all a hint. One of them is extremely spicy. I was going to show y'all, but I was like, no, let me just wait. I'll wait for the event tomorrow. But tomorrow on Gamer Mom Luna's channel at 8 p.m. EST, we will start that off, and it's going to be super fun. And I'm going to get all that hot sauce in my system in order to be in lots of pain for my birthday stream the next day on Monday. I will be starting my birthday stream at noon EST and going until who knows. I will be playing mostly either BioShock or something else. I don't know for the like the day part, and then at night I'll play multiplayer horror games. But other than that, you can catch me. That's pretty much it. Follow me anywhere that isn't Twitch at biggest_bees. I've been doing TikTok videos too. Yeah.
Woo! Incredible. Also, if you're looking for voice actors, yeah.
I also got that thing, everyone that. That's part of the TikTok too.
Incredible. Perfect. Thank you. Moving on. Dare to Dream RPG. That's right.
Hello.
I didn't forget the rebrand.
Hello, it's me, Dare, your problematic girlfriend. Hi, I'm Dare. My pronouns she, they, they. If you liked, if you like seeing me today, you can check me out on all parts of the internet at Dare to Dream RPG, where I am often a problem, whether that be Twitch, on Twitter, on Tumblr, Instagram. I'm mostly being pretty and a problem. In terms of shows you can see me on, also on Saturdays, you always can catch the VOD after this. I'm on Transplanter RPG, which is an all trans people of color led D&D actual play podcast and a podcast and stream in a homebrew, non-orientalist, non-colonialist world, GM by the incredible Takani Chong. That is so fun. Arc 6 season 6 started tonight. So please check that out. We also have the podcast if audio is more your jam. If you like seeing me be flirty and disaster and good at it, I'd recommend checking me out on Vampire the Masquerade Wednesday nights at 11 EST, where I play the show Titties by Night on Tabletop Titties, which is a show full of marginalized people of marginalized genders, and I am just a Toreador vampire who's hot and a hot mess. And in terms of other things, as always, Die Hard Dice, promo code Dare to Dream, or nope, just Dare to Dream, 10% off. Especially because it's Pride, help just fill my pockets because I'm very gay and I have way too many partners and I need to give them gifts for Pride and stuff. So please help me out. But besides that, yeah, I'm glad to be back. I've missed this table a lot, so I'm just gonna stop talking now.
And we miss you too, and so good to have you back. And seriously, if you haven't checked those things out, Transplanter is an incredible group of people putting out some incredible stories. So do yourself a favor, check them out, follow Dare. They're wonderful. I'm so lucky to have them at this table. Speaking of people I'm lucky to have at this table, drop the die.
I thought you were gonna say tie and troll. Oh, good burn. Hi, everybody. I'm JB. Most of you know me as Drop the Die on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, OnlyFans. I actually did an OnlyFans video today. It's not lewd, right? It's just me pretending that I am a gender-swapped Disney princess monologuing the Disney princess songs. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. So that's funny. Do not join it. It's terrible. I never post on it, but I thought I'd share that anecdote.
Incredible.
You should, however, think about joining my Patreon. My Patreon, when it hits 80 subscribers, 80 patrons, I'm going to be compiling like 271 one-page adventures and putting them into a book and publishing it on wherever. I think I'm actually going to do DM's Guild because I already have like an established repertoire there, but it's going to be way cheaper and easier for you to access if you join my Patreon. Help me get up to 80 patrons. We're only 3 away, and that book will be coming if we can hit 80 before July. So you only have this month. If you don't do it this month, I get to not do the book until next year, which will be so much worse for everybody. In terms of me doing live streams and stuff like that, you can follow me on Twitter and get all of the links to stuff when I go live. But the one show that I'm most proud of right now, my friend Sage is running, and it's called Gilded Shadows. If you like Powered by the Apocalypse, it is Powered by the Apocalypse system using the Urban Shadows game framework. And that is Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, this Wednesday included, this next coming one, at 7 p.m. PST or 4 p.m. EST, and whatever your other thing is. I am playing an immortal in that game who does not like anybody on Earth, and everyone wants to be my friend and be the Avengers. And I'm like, no. I'm rolling up in a Rolls Royce, not wanting to talk to anybody. Peasants. It's pretty funny. So come and check it out, and check it out on their YouTube, The Venture Maidens. We have VODs and all of that stuff there as well. And you can join their Patreon where I make magic items for them too. So, you know, just come and say hey on Twitter. You can find all the links to all this crap there.
Oh, one other thing about JB's Patreon. JB only needs 2 more now, so you should really go do something about that.
Okay, first of all, how dare you? And second of all, thank you.
Yeah, and seriously, y'all, I feel so lucky that I even met JV a while ago, and such incredible content has had a ton of bestsellers on the DMs Guild for good reason. I'm
Yeah, we're up
telling
to
y'all.
29 bestsellers on the DMs Guild. 2 of them in the top 0.01%, which is
That shit doesn't just happen, y'all. And I've heard rumor of your own RPGs in the works coming later in the future, maybe.
I have art running for one that's going to be about space trash people, like picking up space trash and trying to make a profit. That's going to be fun. A Wild West one that's based off of like Deadwood and things like that. Probably going to use Powered by the Apocalypse for it. But the one we're focusing on first is a Downton Abbey style RPG called The Manor of the House. And it is so far super juicy, and we're really going to like it. You can get to be a petty bitch and build your dice pool. It's going to be so fun. So come and check that out. Yeah, I'm looking for artists. If you're an artist that loves Downton Abbey, you can seriously reach out to me on Twitter, and we can work something out for you to do art for the book. So
You had me at petty bitch.
Listen, if you're telling me it can be the first RPG where I can have a petty stat and have it be high,
there is a flaw called petty, where you seek revenge for even the smallest slight, regardless of what it is.
I think that's
it's
just
not a bug,
motivating.
it's a feature. Incredible. Before I get into the wonderful stuff we're doing in RFKs, first of all, seriously, if you weren't excited by these 3 wonderful people telling you about all that stuff, I don't know what's wrong with you. Seriously, go check out everything. Also, our 4th and wonderful cast member, Ruby Heart Gaming, check her out on the Twitch and Twitter. She is a wonderful speedrunner, variety streamer, full-time streamer right now, chasing their dreams. Wonderful human being doing so much cool stuff. I mean, just today has a regular game day with their patrons and Twitch subscribers, and they played Blood on the Clock Tower. If you know what that game is, super interesting stuff. So check her out. Seriously, won't regret it. They couldn't be here with us today, but always in our hearts. But if you want more from us here at RFCast, you can find us here every Thursday and Friday with Wraith, which is the show I'm in, our Aether and Steamers campaign, and The Delinquents on Fridays. We messed up time real bad. We're on alternate timelines. My character has like 7 versions of themselves that are slowly coalescing into this one. It's real funky. We've got characters from other campaigns, other RPG systems. We've got fantasy characters. We've got sci-fi characters, all in this like weird Aether punk cool system run by the wonderful La Evenstar, who does amazing art. You should follow him. Check out Aether and Steamworks. It's a wonderful system that he poured literally so much love and attention into. I find it concerning. Like, I'm concerned how much he's done, but it's always wonderful. So check us out there if that's interest to you. Join our Discord and you can hear about all that good stuff. But that is us. Thank you so much for joining us for however much you could watch. I hope you had as much fun as we had putting out there, and just take care of yourself. Stay wonderful as you already are.
Bye.
Bye.